Ahoy, wonders, and welcome back to the table! Chapter 4, officially.
It's real.
Yeah.
It exists now, as opposed to the other false Chapter 4s that came before it. Do not believe their lies.
We've at last reached Act 4.
Yep, we're off fake Namek, and we're ready.
We need to replace that water filter.
Yeah.
I can taste the iron.
Yeah, it's getting to that point.
Remind me. As a GM, I should know this, but remind me, we're in the Acropolis, yes?
Yes.
That would be correct.
Then we are indeed in Chapter 4.
Yay!
It's real.
Yep, it is real. I mean, you've seen it. It fucking towers into the stratosphere, but you've seen it.
It does seem rather large.
We've seen many towering orifices before, and this one...
Towering
Pierces the
orifice.
heavens.
Towering orifice. It's got many orifices. We've seen so many portals. It is towering with orify.
Yep, so a lot of
Please support the official release.
you... God damn it. All right, gentlemen, so you actually have made it inside the gate. You are standing in the main street. Before you is the base of the palace of the Acropolis. Mm-hmm. The palace, as you've been told, outside in the Ring of Mortals, is above the clouds. It's not below the clouds, so you've been seeing people going back and forth through these portals, so you're guessing that that's how people are pretty much just getting around here to at least go up the tower.
Yes.
However, you are on the main street right now. You have options to go left, right, Dennis, and north.
Oh. Well, I know Dennis is
And
only trouble.
Dennis just put you back outside in the desert.
Dennis is closed behind us.
I'm going to look about and see, like, is there, like, a crowd mingling anywhere, or is this just kind of, like, just everybody milling around?
This is just busy marketplace, like, common affair. This is just people going about their day-to-day lives. You do hear the hustle and bustle of people going, oh, the coronation's really soon. We've got, like, 2 days left. Like, the new king's gonna be here. I hear he has his own entire, like, entourage of warlocks.
Ooh.
I mean, he's basically a baby, so...
I mean, but you definitely need that kind of protection if you were that vulnerable of a being.
I suppose.
Now, Warlocks is like Ziaka, right?
I
Who?
think. Yes.
Oh, yeah, you weren't there. Snake Lady, real nice.
Yeah, we had a good friend. I think that Warlock is along the lines of what she practiced, I would say.
Do you guys want to roll a knowledge Arcana check?
Ezra will. Hey, starting off things strong with that nat 1. He doesn't know exactly, but he's gonna sure sound like he does.
Magic.
No, she was a wizard.
She was a witch.
Warlock's what you call snake people, right?
Something like that.
What'd you get?
Eloy probably knows. He got a 19.
You recall the magic lesson that Red has been giving you as a little fresh reminder in the back of your head. You hear her voice. Remember it this way, Eloy. Clerics have magic from the gods. Wizards learn it through books. Sorcerers have it by birth. And warlocks take it from another deity.
And bards are the best one. Got it.
Dagon just looking at Chick. Deity.
Or at least some kind of lore
Yeah,
that has some...
There is something that gives them their power.
There is something that gives them their powers that are not gods.
Yeah, something else's power is channeled through them.
Yep. But you guys are hearing, like, a lot of people hustle and bustle about these new warlocks. Like, apparently they're a really big thing, and people are questioning, like, what their new philosophy is going to be, and, like, how exactly powerful is the new king that he's able to give off power to other warlocks of his own order.
Could I spot anyone specifically talking about these warlocks?
Perception check.
All right.
So Griorchik's like a sorcerer, right?
He's
22.
more of a pain in the ass. Ignore him.
I had a 22.
22. You're seeing a couple of, like, Azamar just off in the distance, like people sitting at the marketplace, like a guy who's, like, paddling off shoes to people. Like, ooh, as he's, like, cobbling the shoe on the person's foot. Like, didn't you hear? Like, I'm hearing that this kid's power is so intense that he's able to at least maybe create small little stars right next to him, or even, and don't go around saying this, I might get in trouble for it. I hear he can create suns.
A sun maker? That sounds impossible.
We don't want to anger Salima as he looks over to you as he's cobbling the shoe and it hits the guy in the pinky. Ah!
Man, most people can't create sons till they're like 13, 14 minimum, and they need a lady.
Yes. It's true.
We got babies having babies. A sun generator. That. All right. Ezra is now gonna kind of like back off. Like, thanks for your time, cobbler. That's a hell of a shoe you're banging up.
Ah, thank you. You want shoes? I'll give you shoes.
How much are they?
Oh, it depends on the kind of shoe you want, sir. You want cleats?
Sounds a little rich for my blood. I better go talk with the
You want
others.
cleats? I'll give you cleats for 7
I'll be
rubies.
Are any of them more fireproof than these?
Clip clop.
We can give you sand. Wait, oh, he looks over down at you. He's like, I could have offered you sandals.
Nah, I'm good. I'm just joshing with you. Thank you.
Seek a blacksmith for that.
I head back to the group and basically just, in case any of them didn't overhear. So it sounds like this king and his warlocks might be some super powerful forces. They might not need the protection we thought they did, but it'd still probably be smart to let them know
Well,
things are happening.
To undo an assassination plot would offer us a fair bit of favor, I would say, in their graces.
Absolutely.
So, best to at least get ahead of it.
if you do want to make a knowledge history roll, anyone, to just like put 2 and 2 together with what you've heard of this kid.
18.
I have 4.
I'm distracted making more sun puns. I got a 3.
You're pretty much sitting there saying to yourself, okay, well, he's obviously a kid, so he's obviously a kid, and he needs people to protect him because he's going to be like the new king, and the way the system works in this kingdom is that the most innocent, being a child, would be the next in line for the kingdom. However, you have never heard of someone who's being coronated as a king who can generate enough power that he can create sons, and warlocks feed off his power. Now, you don't know the extent of this. It could all be hogwash, but you also have to remember it's a small child who has this power, so you don't know how well off he could be in protecting himself or how he actually gives this power off.
Honestly, the way it sounds, if it is true, he might not even have full control of it as is. Perhaps not only are the warlocks there to... Perhaps they're there to absorb some of his power so that it doesn't overwhelm him.
Well, I remember in talking with some of the people with the vampires that could be behind this, getting a king and an Azamar sounded like it could affect their vulnerability to the sun. If he was able to make some sort of ability to either increase their defenses against sunlight or just make it an invulnerability altogether, that would just compile all the problems that this would be, but would add credence to him being some super-powered king child.
Jillian kind of just like, not Jillian, Charlotte is just kind of like mulling all this information together. Well, you said they're trying to gain his soul, right?
That's the impression I got.
I imagine his blood is worthless to them.
No, based on the conversations you guys had while we were on the way here, I overheard some of your plans. The entire situation just sounds like they're trying to use a piece of him to create something that would negate the sun. If he has no control over that, how do they even know this plan's going to work?
Desperate times, desperate measures, desert vampires. Being able to turn off the sun would be that'd be a lead I'd follow.
I mean, nobody ever said these vampires were smart. They pissed us off.
True, but Frida now conjectures. It must have something to do with the Scorpion Queen then. Clearly she might actually have the power or some kind of way to negate any of the effects that would happen to them if they're able to walk about or find some way into the Acropolis without direct contact with the sun.
It does make sense that it would be all one big conspiracy. It does seem like everybody's kind of had a finger in this pie and it's kind of just been making a mess of it.
I thought we ate all the pie.
No, we tried to, but I think we're finally going to get our chance.
I had some. It was pretty good.
No, yeah, the bit we had was
Very good pie.
Dagon, look to your right.
I look to my right.
Perception.
With perception of 14.
14. There is a pie vendor with the same guard drake sitting there.
I'll be right back.
I can't imagine.
Dagon wanders off.
Ezra's going to assume he's just doing some due diligence and recon and be like, all right, you're on it, Dagon. Cool. Good.
You hear distant barking.
Do I notice the pie with a perception of 23?
Yes. The pie stand, the woman's there, and the guard Drake's sitting there.
Barking at Dagon as he's perusing pies.
Yep. Yeah, you see the woman just like slap him over the head, like, I don't know what's come over him.
It's been quite rude. How much are the pies?
Well, it'll be 5 rubies apiece for
5
the whole pie.
rubies a piece for a whole pie. Excuse me, what was the conversion of rubies to gold again?
I mean, here gold is like worthless. So
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
So it's gonna
Yeah,
sound
gold is
terrible.
worthless. You're basically if you're thinking about how you're using rubies instead of gold at this point, you're spending $5 pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give him 5 rubies for a whole pie.
All right, she hands you a very warm, very soft when you touch the top of it pie. When you poke your finger through it and look inside, there's
A monster am I?
well, you don't know what flavor it is. You can see like the little bit of the cut in the hole.
I assume she tells me what flavor I'm buying.
Well, you never asked. You just said, I'll buy a pie.
I'll take one.
What flavors do we have today? So I do not have to mangle this pie with my digits.
She has pomegranate, desert apple, and a prickly pear.
I will take the prickly pear pie.
All right, you take the prickly pear pie.
Prickly pear pie.
When you've got a paw with a prickly pear paw.
It's actually ordained with a tiny little fake cactus in the center of it. It's like a little cactus with googly eyes.
Sec.
The
Pen
googly
needs
eyes
to
are
start
marzipan.
working. There we go. Prickly pear pie. There we go. I wander back. I've cut myself a slice.
As I'm just making the everybody's got their fingers in the pie. Oh.
Taking a bite of that pie gives you a +1 to dex saves. For
All
the rest of the day.
right. This is very good pie. Makes me feel quite spry. It's a spry prickly pear pie.
Once you feel that entire slice, like not a slice, but you feel a piece go down your throat, the prickly part of this pear finally kicks in as like your entire body feels like you just got a giant chill run down your spine. And then all of a sudden you just bend your fingers in and make really loud cracking noises, and then all of a sudden your entire forearm feels way more limber.
Oh, yes. Oh, I needed this. Careful, Slight Captain.
Well, street vendors, you never know what you're gonna get, but I guess I'll take a slice.
Same benefit.
Eloy?
Don't mind if I do.
Same benefit.
Thank you, Dagon.
I offer it up to whoever else.
Yeah,
that
Frank's
came
gonna
with
take a
us.
slice because he wants to see if he can learn how to make it.
Ooh, I like it.
Yep, any food you pass on to Frank, if it's a dessert, he'll have an advantage on trying to recreate it.
Awesome.
Everyone else, unless you guys decide you want to do anything else or just head into the palace, at this point, everyone's just kind of like meandering around, seeing if there's anything they could actually do with the marketplace. Is there anything you believe that they should be looking for information-wise before you go into the palace? Because Charlotte, from what she's told you, is that there is a being in the center of the entire Acropolis, just when she overheard the night voice in her head, that there's something in there, and when she tried to figure out what it was, it completely shut her out.
Yeah.
And no one around here knows exactly what the fuck she's talking about.
The only thing I'll give them is I still have that one like vampire ring thing, and I'm just going to show them that and be like, if you see anyone wearing this or like kind of showing this off, pay attention, because the only people we've seen with this have been trouble.
Okay. So, with that bit of information, do you want them to be subtle, or do you want them to be
I would say cautiously observe. Do not try to immediately
you watch as
interact.
Frida kind of just like fucking Adam's Family's her way into the crowd.
Cautiously observe. Report back if you see anything suspicious.
All right. So if everyone's going to do that, I need you all to roll me I need you to roll me an investigation check.
5.
16.
14. Oh, wait, no, I have proficiency in investigation. Yes, 17.
17. All right. Since you got the higher roll, we'll go with you. As you're eating the pie and you're just like,
have you seen any vampires around here?
every time you take a bite out of this pie, you constantly feel that chill run down your spine. So you just like walk up. So have you?
God, this pie.
It's like a weird sensation, like you're swallowing ice and it just hits the core of your chest. You walk up to. There's a Minotaur man like behind a stall as you're asking this. He's actually like has a little bit of a jewelry shop hanging around. He has little rings set up around there. Some of them like are ordained with different animals that are around the area. So this looks like this is pretty much a jewelry shop, but it's more cosmetic. It's like a little bit of an engraving. He has stamps to embed a little piece of artisan designs on them. You do notice that one of them bear the resemblance of a leech.
Fancy looking symbol you got there.
Oh, this? Yes. Fellow came by here and sold it to me for a couple of rupees. Said, I tested it before and it seemed fine. It just looks like an average ring. He puts it on, tests it, takes it off. Nothing happens.
Mind if I take a look?
Absolutely.
I hold out my hand.
He hands you the ring.
All right.
Are you looking to buy it?
I start examining it. Not quite. It just looks very familiar to one I've seen before.
Do you have one on you?
He has it.
Oh, he has it? Okay.
Yeah, almost every other one we found is crumbled.
Roll me another investigation check.
A +2. That is a 19.
You take another, closer look at this thing. You try and find those inscribed runes that make the thing completely dissipate. It's not there, but it's a perfect replication of the ring, the design of the ring, but not the actual runes are on it.
Interesting. Do you remember the person that you got this off of?
Let me roll an intelligence check for him.
Sorry, sir. Buyer and
Yeah, no, he got a very low score, unfortunately. He got like a 5. He's just like, I'm afraid not, friend. Due to everyone walking about, milling about, and all the business going on with the coronation so close at hand, I kind of don't remember the face.
How much would you part with this for?
Well, if it's just the cosmetic ring, he looks at it. It's like just a little bit of a silver band. 10 rubies.
10 rubies.
I do have a recreation of the stamp, though, if you want me to embed it onto something else that's metal. He shows you the stamp, and it's a backwards representation of the lamprey.
Interesting. How much would you sell that for?
Oh, the stamp? Well, I kind of wouldn't like to part away with the stamp. It's so I could put it onto other things. It took me a while to replicate that design.
Understood. I just think 10 rubies might be a little steep for something so cosmetic.
Are you looking for a real one? I could sell you a real one for 500.
A real one of these.
Well, a real design. Oh.
There we go. Sorry.
Try not to die.
Well, I could sell you a real design. He shows you, an actual, He shows you a real, gold ring, and it's jeweled around it. It's not the same design, but he shows you what the template of the real ring would look like. Not the exact one where the runes are in the back of it, but, a really nice ring.
This one that I'm holding, while I have examined the one that he has and have seen the ones that the vampires had on them, how close to, exact is this? How
the band is not exact. The design is completely exact.
Okay.
So it's...
So at a passing glance, it would look like it?
Yes.
Okay.
And he said he has a stamp to embed more of the design onto anything else. But he's not willing to part with that, because he replicated it.
Would you perhaps part with this for 6 rubies?
Persuasion.
Persuasion. How did I not choose that as a proficiency bonus? It doesn't really matter, though. 22.
You beat him. Very well. I guess it is meant for just... I am selling the more cosmetic ones for children anyway. You may as well. You can have it.
Wonderful. This would make a great gift for my nephew.
Ah, splendid. I hope your nephew enjoys their time here.
They shall. I set down the 6 rupees on the counter. Have a happy coronation.
You as well, sir.
And I will
Hail
return
the
to the
king.
group as soon as their bits are.
Yep, you have a imitation ring.
Yep.
All right. What was your number?
My was one under his, I think 16.
16? Unfortunately, you don't get any information regarding the lamprey dogma.
Okay.
But you are getting a lot of crosstalk about zealous people, like, arguing if anyone else from any of the other gods that may oppose Selima might actually try to protest during the coronation.
Okay.
There-
If I heard this talked about, I would probably like kind of poke my head in. Is like, do protests normally happen? Is that a thing at these coronations?
Oh, no. We, like, one of the people turn around and look at you. They look you up and down.
Yeah, I'm clearly a foreigner. I'm out of my element. Just be like, no, I'm a tourist here for the coronation. I had heard that it's a beautiful ceremony. I wanted to see. I'd never heard anything about a. Gosh, it sounds so scary. A protest. I hope people aren't dangerous. I'm just acting like the scared tourist.
Performance.
10. Bad roll.
They look you over. They're just like, fucking con man piece of shit. They are very leery of you at this point. They're just like, you're just trying to, they think you're trying to scope out to see how bad the climate is for protest, just in case you might be a protester.
Oh, wow, okay. All right. No, that's fair. Gosh, a protest? That sure would be awful. Hope no one would do such a thing. But if they were, where would it happen?
Where might I meet up with those individuals?
They kind of all just like look at you and like
What?
You can see the scowl in these people's faces. You have pressed a wrong button.
All
here.
right. New act. Okay, look. I'm investigating. I've heard there might be some word of some sort of uprising here, and I want to make sure I can catch it before it goes down. I'm trying to wear some commoner clothes to not get anyone on my case. I just need to see. Have you heard anything? This is
With a disadvantage.
great.
Don't
Disadvantage on that. It's gonna be tough to get worse. That's a 9 on the on the old performance.
I rolled a 4.
Yes.
That makes sense. They didn't believe ignorant foreigner, but undercover cop.
Okay, fine. My
You put on a fake mustache. See, I'm actually a cop.
All right, my tourism bit needs a little bit of work. I'm sorry. I'm out of practice. I'm not usually one they send on the field. I've been cooped up in the office work for years. I'm sorry. I don't know how the normal folk talk anymore.
Oh, that must make sense. You must be from the Lord's district up and just became a new sun guard.
You know it. It's rough business. Anyway, have you heard anything? I really need something good to report back to the boss if I'm ever going to get this promotion and get back to the office.
We haven't heard anything, but we have heard that there are a few other folks that have actually traveled in from the Ring of Mortals who might actually house, they might house different beliefs other than Selima. I hear there might be someone who actually hears the voice of Vladimir through their heads. It's some silly witch girl.
Ugh, perish the thought. Any description on her?
They describe Charlotte.
Terrible. I'd have to make. I'll get back to the boys and let them know that there's some other. Ugh, awful. Thank you so much, citizen. You've been
And
a
I
great
also,
help.
oh, and officer, I think there might also be something else. I might have heard that there might be an extinguished among us.
Ugh. Let's hope not. Perhaps they're just rumors. Thank you so much.
You hear Dagon sneeze at the ring store.
And I rolled a big old 5, so
Look at this trinket.
You somehow manage your way back to the pie shop.
hey, what? I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
You're not doing this to me. You're not doing this to me. You're not. No, fuck Ben. Ben, you're not doing this to me.
You found the pie vendor, but apparently it's just the shop the vendor has left.
the shop's on. She's on break. Walking the dog.
Yeah.
We'll call her Sharon. That's an easy name.
Okay, thanks, Sharon. No, I was just making sure it wasn't Simon. All right, thanks. I'd have felt really bad if I'd eaten one of Simon's poo-flavored pies. That's all.
Well, he's in the stables. We established this.
Yeah, just making sure he hadn't snuck out and
Left
started
back.
selling pies again in drag.
As Simon is wont to do.
He's a crafty one. Yeah, that was it.
That's it?
That's
okay.
it.
Has nothing else.
Yep.
You guys all reconvene. Charlotte tells you that a lot of people kind of like give her a lot of leery looks because she was asking more about not just the lamprey dogma. She was also asking about like how are people feeling about this vision she had that there's something sleeping within the mountain, not the mountain, the citadel within the palace. People have given her only a small bit of information saying that the palace used to be a mountain, but they built around it and then just kept building.
Okay.
So there is a very small possibility that something can come in from underground. But there's no way in this entire planet that someone can get in and then be able to reach the palace. That's still a massive climb.
Right. It's a very, very big mountain.
Yep.
I explained to Dagon and Charlotte that there are at least some paranoid folk who are upset that there's either an extinguished or people with different beliefs walking around the coronation.
Extinguished, but I'm the... Oh. I'm the only one I've seen... Ew.
See Mr. Large has come back. Can't be any worse than Frida.
Yeah, I guess.
They think she's extinguished on sight.
I look at her. I guess it's fair.
How so? She's gray. I'm significantly more ebon.
It just puts off a spooky vibe, I guess.
Speaking of spooky vibes, I pull out the imitation ring. Should we possibly have chance to use this?
Ooh.
Might be able to find our way into the graces of those that are looking to cause trouble.
You do you pull out the other ring?
Yeah, I bring out my ring to try and compare them.
The band on your ring is more of a dark metal. It's more kind of red, and you can see the runes on the inside of it. It almost looks like someone was trying to activate it, but apparently there's a touch of the knuckle while wearing it will actually activate the ring. The imitation ring you have does not have that. It's more of a silver band, and the metal feels like if you press onto it just hard enough, you could actually bend the ring.
Well, at a passing glance at the very least.
No, if just someone has it on their hand, if they don't have a good second to look at the band itself, might just get us in the right or, depending on your perspective, wrong doors.
How did you say the ringmaster came by this as Frida looks to you?
Seems to have bought it off a gentleman. Didn't seem to recall who it was, though.
He was a ringmaster? There's a circus in town and you didn't tell me?
I think ringmeisters are what they call people who sell rings.
Oh.
Yes, unfortunately, he didn't have much of a descriptor for them, and obviously it's an imitation. It's not the real, genuine article.
But he was able to copy it.
Oh, yes, absolutely. He has a press over there.
Is there a big market for leech rings around here?
I don't know. I mean, it's not bad looking, but I think it's a
okay
little
design.
gauche.
Would you, Charlotte not Charlotte, Jillian looks to you. Hey, can I actually see that ring?
I flick it over to her.
She takes it. I'm going to roll knowledge nature for her.
A store where people buy fake vampire memorabilia. Is this a hot topic?
She kind of just rubs her finger on it. You actually watch as a bit of her nail turns into a little bit of a hardened branch. She starts scraping at the image. Oh, there's your mistake. She turns it around. It's the image of an eel.
Huh.
The face was obscured by metal. However, you do remember seeing that the press piece was a lamprey.
Well, now this imitation ring is ruined.
I can fix it. She holds her finger over it and starts waving her hand. She waves her hand over the finger, and you watch as the dirt kind of leaves from her finger and returns back to it.
Huh.
There we go.
That's useful.
Mend.
But the press was the correct insignia, you're saying? Was a lamprey on there?
It was, but that might just be because of the error on this ring itself.
Right.
The Minotaur Man did have the embedded piece that puts on the lamprey. He did have multiple animals on sale for the design for children. There were some spooky ones. There was a bat and a cat that looked a little frightening. There was one.
Spooky cats. Oh no.
Halloween
Oh
cat.
no!
Also, way more Invader Zim stuff than you'd credit in 2018.
Just lots of old bands.
There was one that looked like a scary dragon too, like the face of one.
Well, still, this imitation should be close enough to get us in there. We might be able to check in and maybe just perhaps put eyes on his store to see if anyone else comes in looking for lamprey stuff, because at the very least, maybe we'll find other people who are at least on the same trail. Maybe someone else had a fake ring and it didn't work, and that's why they handed it in.
Well, either way, this ring won't prove too much use on me as... Well, I don't think they'd buy my story.
I look over at Frida. You could probably fit in with vampires.
Yes, I suppose.
I toss her the ring.
She puts the ring back. No, she doesn't put the ring on. She puts the ring in a pocket.
Yeah.
Need to get her a nice cloak, too. Make sure she looks the part should we decide to go with this little ruse.
I apparently don't dissolve in the sun, as one would believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hence the
Robes.
I've got a disguise kit. Looking through it, could I make her up to look more vampiric?
Yes. You could actually apply a white makeup that actually, like, pales her skin out a little bit more to make her seem like she's more sickly.
Even more.
All right. Yeah, I think we might be able to make that work.
Eloy, while you're saying that, you feel a very clawed, like, talon grasp your shoulder.
Grammy?
You look down. It is a tortoise man.
Oh.
It's a very familiar turtle.
Is that Serple? That's the only turtle
Nope.
I can remember.
It's also not the name of the turtle.
That's not? Was
Nope.
Okay. Never
Nope.
mind then.
Are you
I thought it was
thinking
I thought it was Serple the Turple.
Fuck!
Are you thinking of Sheldon? That's the only turtle I can remember in
There is one other turtle that you guys have met.
No, yeah.
I am not here. The one that has met this one is not here with you.
I know, and I thought I wrote it down. I thought I wrote Serple, but maybe.
Nope, Serple is the... I can't say.
No,
it.
no.
That's
yeah,
metagame.
Yeah, Serple's the guard. I thought that was
Serple's the guard,
yeah,
but
I thought that was
he
the turtle.
also, Oslim also had...
There you go!
No,
Oslim's the
no,
prince.
that's the prince.
Oh, that's the Prince Osmond.
Yeah.
Prince Oslim.
Oh,
but
that's right. That's right. Yeah,
he had an advisor, and that was this
Yeah.
man.
Hey, it's you! I'm so sorry. I'm terrible with names, but you were the advisor to the king. You're Oslim's advisor. You knew Serple. We met back. Oh,
So much has happened, I guess.
it's been a really long journey since I've last seen you.
You and everyone else from Wright are just sitting there like, this is not our problem.
Pardon, we've never met. Hello, my name is Dagon.
Yes, hello. I am Prince Oslim's assistant, Oso.
Oh, so very nice to meet you.
What
Yes,
a
nice to
lovely
meet you
and
as
not
well.
forgettable name.
Lovely, unforgettable name you have there. Mr.
It means
Oso.
bear. It's bear.
Bear the turtle.
Bear
Come
the
on.
turtle. Yes.
Bear the burden of remembering the turtle's name.
He is a red Tabasco turtle.
Tabasco. He's a saucy turtle.
I'm sorry, we got taken up into the clouds by a giant since last we spoke. Among various other things.
Oh, I've heard the stories. You're quite the accomplished bard. Your tales have been going around quite nicely. That's why I was able to point you out.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Indeed, the guard spoke of an, pardon my French, an ass walking about the Ring of Mortals.
No, that's accurate. I do not take offense.
Well, I'm rather glad I was able to catch you. I didn't believe their story. You haven't given us any correspondence in quite some time. We didn't think you would actually appear for the king's coronation.
Yeah, like I said, we got sidetracked by like 5-6 different things, but we're here now.
Oh, that's fantastic. And I remember you, Captain Ezra. It's very nice to see you again.
Yes, lovely to see you again, Oso. Again, sorry about the confusion there.
It's quite all right. And Dagon, yes?
Yes, Dagon Huxley.
I don't mean to alarm you, friend, but you understand that you are an extinguished and there might be issues.
Since when? Oh, no! Oh, what? Yes, no, I know. I'm quite aware. Everybody has made
You
that
just watch
quite
this,
evident.
He shrinks when you start screaming out that. He's just like, his head lurches back into his shell like, oh.
Oh, don't worry. Everybody has made that quite evident since I was young.
I apologize for everyone else's rudeness in here. I can assure you that I will make certain that no one will see to it to hold any prejudice against you.
Well, I look forward to that for once.
Now, Is this the rest of your crew? Are they?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Ezra like points out and just basically points out the group to make sure that yeah, no, Jillian's with us, Frida's with us. We know Mr. Large. These are all our friends. Don't worry.
Ah, I see. Well, no, I just want to make sure because I would gladly like to assist you gentlemen in climbing the tower.
Absolutely, that would be great. We were actually wondering where we should maybe go.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. Well, I can accompany you up to the palace. I know there are a few portals that can take us there.
That would be terrific, because, as you know, our group is perhaps a bit mismatched and maybe not exactly the most official or welcomed looking of the gang.
It took us quite a while to get the paperwork just to get in here. Speaking of which, I feel like we'll be here for at least a couple of days. Do you know of any good places around here for which we could rest our heads at the end of an evening?
Oh, yes. Well, I'm about to take you to the Lord's Tower. It's just below the clouds.
Lord's Tower?
Ooh,
Yes.
Sounds fancy.
There, the Acropolis is actually built upon many foundations, and just above the clouds is, in fact, the palace.
Well, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah, seems like where we'd want to go.
Yes, but we should be careful. It has been a little bit cloudy, and...
Right below the clouds, it's been a little cloudy.
Well, no, the mist from the clouds has actually been rolling down a little bit more so than usual, and I don't believe you all are familiar with... let me double check my notes here. Ah, here we go.
Keyword coming up.
I don't believe you are aware of the Offendimus, are you?
Can't say I am, Oso.
Roll
Fend.
knowledge with disadvantage, because you've never been in here.
I have never been here, but I may have heard of something. Quite possibly. Words might have gotten around. Unnatural 1.
Nope.
Unnatural 1, by the way.
Jesus. Yeah.
Very merry on birthday. Well, you see...
Sucks because my other roll was a 19.
Aw. Well, you see, the Offendimus is actually a middle point where the clouds actually roll over and feral celestial creatures actually take residence there.
Feral.
Oh, wow.
Yes, there are a lot of creatures that have been kept unchecked or have found ways to house themselves within the clouds and have taken residence in the tower. However, we do have something to circumvent that. We do have portals that can take us from the Lord's Tower all the way to the palace, which is actually how I was able to transfer myself down here.
Oh.
Question about how do these portals work? Do they take you through the font? I'm just curious if they work on the same principle as what...
Oso kind of just like, you watch as his turtle eyes squint. What is the font, son?
I don't rightly know, but I was there and there was feathers and it was weird.
Yeah, that... I don't know, but does the font have anything to do with the body of Nimbus?
Not that I know of. Sounds like a different thing.
Oh, well, the body of Nimbus is unfortunately, an unruly cult that actually reside themselves inside the Offendimus and also worship and give themselves off to the creatures that live inside of the clouds. They're a very rude and very unruly cult that we try to keep our ways away from them.
Huh. Well, I'll try to steer clear of them. They don't sound like nice boys.
How long have they resided in the Acropolis? Like, I'm sorry. Growing up, I always looked up at this place, and I thought, wow, it must be so nice there. And then I learned there's a cult that worship monster angels.
Well, yes, the cult only started happening around 400 years ago. The clouds were always known to body creatures of all sorts of varieties of this celestial variety. But we've never actually had anyone have the right gumption to create a religion around them. That only happened just 400 years ago, and unfortunately they've grown in numbers. However, they keep to themselves. They don't attack anyone else. They just spout their nonsense to the people and try to convert them as much as possible. But any sane person would know to not travel into the clouds. If they did, you would lose your life. Those who walk in normally never walk back out.
And so the portals are to circumvent this whole business.
Indeed.
Okay.
The creatures did not begin when we built the entire palace. The creatures weren't there at first. they just started coming in and becoming more unruly, and we were just unable to take hold of them, up to the point where the king at the time decided that we would just make it a natural conservatory for these creatures.
Fascinating.
A regular
Seems like
monster menagerie.
Yeah.
Seems like a really weird life choice to just live around stuff that kills you and start worshiping it, but okay.
Well, so long as you're celestial, they hold no ill will towards you.
You don't say. I say, looking at our group.
Yes, I know it's rather unfortunate, and unfortunately, due to you being extinguished, Mr. Dagon, the body of Nimbus will not be very kind to you, especially. They will be quite hostile.
What you
Well,
say?
I'm assuming that we will just avoid that and never travel there somehow.
What you're saying is the Offendimus will not be a friend to us.
I'm so glad you made that joke, thank you. But in any case, is there any other business you need while I'm down here, while we're down in the main street?
Well,
And I will gladly take you up to the Lord's Tower.
well, my primary fear was finding lodging for us before the coronation. So if you can show us a way to that and bring us to the castle, that would be great.
Of course. Please follow me. He hobbles his way over into the palace. You actually walk in. There's multiple portals that like circle around a giant dome. This, by the way, when you walk inside the temple itself, this building on the inside, it kind of like looks spacious enough, like there's nothing in here, but just the portals around a giant circle. But it's like 7 city blocks huge. Like that's how, like it's like almost a football field walking inside here.
So
With all these little portals and rings that people are just walking in and out of.
I kind of pointed the different rings. So I'm guessing each portal takes you somewhere else. Was this like set up by? Are these magical incantations, or is there some scientific side of this that I'm not understanding?
Oh, well, the king, the very first king, placed his essence into a crystal
Okay.
and adorned every door with a crystal. And as long as the bloodline remains, these crystals will work.
So if something was to happen to the bloodline, these portals would close?
Indeed.
Okay.
Are you thinking back to the Forgotten Kingdom?
Well, not so much that, but also just I can see how an assassination on the king would make a lot of problems. All of a sudden, their traversal stops.
Do you say that out loud?
No, he's just thinking that. But, you know, it's like what if the power went out if the president died and never came back?
You just watch as Mr. Large kind of just like scribbles something on paper and hands it to you.
I look at it. I do not read it aloud. I just read it.
It says, "Captain, should we not explain the attempt?"
Oh, so it sounds like this would cause a lot of problems, so I'm going to bring this up right away.
He stops right at one of the gates and looks to you.
I know we were already here to have an audience with the king, but things have somewhat escalated. There's been a lot of rumors about that there's going to be an attempt on the king's life at the coronation. And our biggest
Or perhaps even before.
And our biggest concern has been making sure his safety. Understanding now that not only is his life in danger, but the very way of life of these people could be in danger, makes me realize that this is an even bigger threat than I had already thought, and I thought it was already an immense problem.
This is a very dangerous claim, son. Are you sure you're true in this?
Show him the ring.
I present the ring. We were assaulted by creatures of the night who were wielding these rings. They disintegrated on their deaths, but we managed to procure one. If you've seen anyone around with a ring like this, I would definitely detain them.
He takes the ring and looks at it.
And apparently they've had dealings with these creatures before. Even before we learned of this plot, they apparently had a book in their possession that these creatures wanted dearly, and apparently, upon deciphering it in the City of Right, it was come to our understanding that there is a ritual involving the soul of a son of Selima that may perhaps allow these vampires to become immune to the sun's effects.
Oh dear. Well, he just like looks left and right. He's just like worried that anyone else is listening in on this. He's taking this very seriously.
I was
trying to be as hush-hush as
Yeah,
possible.
yeah.
Dagon is a little uncomfortable that they're saying this out in public.
Yeah, basically going like, I was hoping we'd be able to bring this up somewhere safer, but realizing just how dire this might be, I want you to know immediately.
Well, I'm very glad you decided to tell me this. That does make me feel a little uncomfortable, and all the timing with... Unfortunately, the portals have been malfunctioning left and right sometimes. There have been times where they just shut off and don't work, but then come back on, and with the mist rolling in, and now the coronation happening so closely, it just makes me feel very uncomfortable knowing that this might be an issue.
It's a very dangerous set of circumstances and possible coincidences, but that's why we want to be as close as we can and make sure that we're just keeping an eye on things. You've got your sun guard. I want to make sure that as many people as possible who could prevent such an occurrence are made aware.
Well, the sun guard is one thing. Let me double check something here, because we might be getting into some huge exposition. But the Horizon will want to know of this. Oh,
I'm sure they will.
I'm afraid I haven't been made aware of them, but if you believe they could be of assistance, then absolutely.
Oh, that's right. I guess it is unknown to you. I guess I should let you know. The Horizon is a new batch of warlocks that have gained power from the new king.
Oh, I've heard rumor of them. I hear they're quite powerful.
Indeed. We actually will be... When we get to the Lord's Tower, I actually would like to let one of the newly elected bodyguards to the new king know of this.
Newly elected?
Indeed.
How newly?
Quite new. Normally we don't elect bodyguards very as quickly. We elect bodyguards closer to the coronation so we can prove their mettle in actual combat. We've actually sent a couple of them into the Offendum to test their mettle against creatures. And one of the newly elected ones, I believe, oh yes, his name is Kazimov. We will be actually meeting up with him once we reach further enough up the tower into the Lord's chambers.
You don't find this the least bit suspicious?
Oh no, I would dare not. He's actually a Luxodon.
The elephant people have been...
He has dealings with the Court of Crimson, and he actually is a very devout follower to the cause of Selima.
All right, if you trust him, but I would still keep a close eye with all of these different things lining up just in time. A recent change in the closest guard to the king
does seem like the elephant in the room.
And
Thank you.
with their ties to the Court of Crimson, is he a fan or friend of Mars?
Mars.
The dragon man down there.
Oh, are you speaking of the dealings in Furfos?
Yes.
The Neris estate. The Court of Crimson doesn't really go outside of
Just
the
making
kingdom.
sure. I've heard rumors here and there.
I mean, I understand that some who have retired from the Court of Crimson and have a little bit of ties have found their way out into Iberkal, out into the deserts, and have retired their lives to having a more peaceful one and a less busy one. I do recall that there was a fellow by the name of Khan who had retired recently.
Yes, we actually met him. He was
Saved his life, in fact.
a great gentleman.
Saved his life. Oh dear. What happened? Bandits?
I hold up the ring. The people we got these off of were actually assaulting him and trying to get someone that they could... They seem to really be interested in getting a Luxodon within their thrall, which again, just raises more red flags about a Luxodon recently joining the guard and getting so close.
I wouldn't fear too much about Kazimov being tied to vampirism. He is a paladin. One who is so devout and so holy to the cause, I don't believe that even the son of Selima would be able to purge something like that.
I mean, we have run into at least one corrupted paladin in our time. Now, if that's all it is, then great, because a handful of ball bearings will take care of him, boom, like that.
I mean, at least it did. We don't know if it always will.
Oh, I just assumed that was like a universal weakness.
We were over an ocean. I think that was more the universal weakness.
All right, well, I'll
Fair.
just await. Hang tight, folks, for when we climb the tower and then we fight a paladin and ball bearing him off the fucking tower.
You notice at the top of this tower, there's a conspicuous balcony with a gap in it.
It's oddly sloping.
As you turn on your detective vision, you see that it can be interacted with.
Well, I suppose we should hurry our way upstairs as quickly as possible. then.
Yes, this probably isn't the best the best location for this conversation.
No argument from me.
You watch as Oso kind of like looks to the portal that you guys are standing at, starts like holding up his scepter and starts muttering something in angelic. You're just hearing him like, "Obey me, open and take us to this location."
I make note.
He's pretty much just like calling the elevator to take you guys upstairs at this point.
Ezra acting the ignorant tourist. So does this require like just an incantation and it goes, or is it something with the scepters, or is it like, do you have some sort of like, are you giving it permission to let us travel, or if I just walked into this thing, would it do nothing?
If you walked into it, it would take you somewhere that doesn't belong into the Lord's chambers.
Okay.
You would not be taken to the Lord's tower unless you are along with the guard or someone who has ties to the king. As he looks to you, he kind of like flashes a little bit of a medallion around his neck.
I see.
As he looks back to the door, you watch as, remember in, you guys remember when you were in the Unwitnessed Kingdom, that the portal kind of just like started up from the middle, vortexed itself, and then opened up like it was a door? That's exactly how this is working.
Okay.
And he ushers you to step forward.
And we shall.
Yep.
And this is where we'll take a break real quick.
All right.
We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the table.
That's my welcome back sound.
It is.
Gadzooks. So, you guys take a step forward over towards the portal. You try to enter the glowing light just before your eyes.
Is it my fault? Is it because of me?
No, this has been happening quite often. This is rather strange. As I've said, we've been having some malfunctions with the portal.
I'm gonna do a quick perception check. I want to see if just anyone's in the room, like, looking at us, like as if someone was tampering with this or something from a distance. Never mind. I don't see it. We got a 3.
I do apologize. It shouldn't be acting like this. Please wait while I try this one more time. He like spreads his arms out, and you watch as he starts like humming the same thing to himself over and over again, like just. And you can hear him. He's just saying, he's just calling the portal to open.
Dagon's going to say in Celestial, "Work, you piece of shit," and kick its side. Oh, see? There you go.
Oh, I guess it just needed some tough love. He adjusts his glasses.
Little percussive maintenance usually works.
Indeed. Well, off you go then. You watch as your companions walk through.
I follow.
The last one to go in before you guys is Jillian. Oh dear, not again. Please wait one moment. He just like, now he's like audibly saying it out loud, like, and it opens up again. Jillian warily kind of just like looks left and right, looks to you guys like, are you sure I should be doing this?
I mean, as long as you step through before it closes again. I mean, don't get stuck like halfway in, or else you're. I'm guessing.
Jillian,
Ezra to try and calm things down. I'll go. It's fine.
The moment you say that, Jillian's just like, fuck! Just runs right in.
There we go. See, just a little bit of encouragement. Anyway, tally ho.
I guess that works. I stride up there and try to hop in, just very quickly, one fluid motion.
You guys watch as halfway as he gets in and starts shutting on and off.
Oh no!
You don't feel anything. You just keep walking through.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna dive through with him while this shit's happening.
Oh dear. Like, so it's just like adjusting his glass, like, oh dear. Well, the worst case would happen is just that it would spit them back out if they didn't go through.
Okay, well,
This isn't like that last time one of the princes tried to go through and it malfunctioned the first time.
What happened then?
He may have lost a foot.
Dagon went through the portal.
Yeah, you guys went through.
All right. Yeah, just
I'll tell you what. At least do this then. I'll let you through, and I'll be on this side to make sure it's safe. I'll try to find another portal back upstairs, or at least get the Sun Guard to figure out what's going on. Now, I must warn you, son. If you don't happen to make it to the Lord's Tower and you have to ascend, do not venture deeper inside of the Offendum. Stay on the outer rim. More creatures are much more ornery on the inside.
all right. Well, I wouldn't want to offend him more. Is there any way I could offend him less?
Well, unfortunately, your friend's an extinguished, so I don't believe that'll happen.
All right, here we go.
Open up them maps, gentlemen.
Well, it looks like we found ourselves in the Offendum. I say we venture deeper in.
What's this?
Well, you guys find yourself you guys find yourself in a little bit of a dark area, but you see sunlight reaching up from above you. Almost looks like you're in like a cellar. You can smell fertilizer and like look to your side, and there's like barrels of plant material next to you, like some fertilizer, some weed killer, or some like chemicals used to grow plants.
Just take a deep breath in. Breathe it in, boys. That's the smell of the Lord's Tower, apparently.
Seems we're in the Lord's gardening shed.
All of a sudden, you guys feel something push you as Eloy comes through the gate.
Oh, hello.
Hey!
Hi.
Welcome to, I guess this is where we're going.
Paradise.
Everybody got all their feet?
I look at my feet.
You have your feet.
Last I checked.
Yes, I do.
Okay, apparently we have avoided the worst case scenario, according to Mr. Oso.
No, like I said.
Yep, that would be it.
I look around. Is it the three of us, or are we all here?
It's just the three of you.
The rest of them.
Wait a minute, we walked in right after Jillian, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, they must have just gotten further ahead. Maybe they smelled this manure and wanted to get out of here as much as I do.
Or maybe Jillian wanted to, I don't know, grow some things.
I guess that's true. She is a bit
Yeah,
of a
you
growing
kind of
sort.
like you've been around Jillian for quite some time. She does give off this aroma when she's in spring form.
All right. Yeah, maybe. You
Did
know,
we
maybe-
get shrunk down and we're inside Jillian?
No, I don't think that's the case. If anything, she might have just
There's
gotten
clearly
little
a
upset.
cellar staircase in front of you.
If anything, she just maybe got a little excited.
I don't think I need that many splinters in my life.
I was gonna say, Ezra's gonna probably start just moving a little forward, just be like, "Oh, this is where he told us to go." I guess.
All right. Well, as we look at the map, you head upstairs. There is a long hallway with some ornate decorations on the bottom of the on the floor in front of you. And it looks like there are strands of rope that go across them. That looks like someone may have like cut rope wrong, because around this rope looks like it's there's a couple of vines, like almost like there's plant life that was growing on them. And it also almost looks like this rope is elvish. Like you could see that just because of like the stuff you've used as a kid.
Fine make.
It's a very fine make. The plant smell is getting stronger down the hallway. There's a window off to the side of you.
Approach.
You can approach the window. You look outside. It is foggy as fuck, and there is no bottom below it, and it is pure sky.
I did say it had been getting a little misty down here.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe not the Lord's Tower. I know it sounds crazy.
No, that's kind of the suspicion I was getting, Eloy.
No, the fun thing is, it's all one tower.
Eventually, we'll get there. We just have to keep going up. Right?
Yeah, Mr. Oso just said don't go any deeper in. So maybe if we just stick to the edges and try and go up, we'll be okay.
All right. Well.
Yep. So pretty much what he basically told him was, don't venture deeper into the towards the center of the Acropolis. Just go up and stay on the outer rim.
All right. So we just look for any opportunity to move upwards instead of in, and I think we'll be good, right? They wouldn't build a tower purposely to hurt people. What sense would that make?
No, remember the monsters moved in after they built it.
Is this window, does it have glass in it? Is it openable?
Yes, you can open it.
I'm gonna try and open it up and peer outside.
The air pressure is going to be real fun in a sec.
Yeah, the moment you do, everyone just gets like a fucking wind tunnel turbulence.
Whoa!
Okay, bad idea. Try to close it.
Makes you wonder why they'd make it that way.
I mean, it is kind of opulent. It's one of those things where it's...
And also remember, there's a barrier that protects everything on the outside.
And I'm like, well, you've dealt with them long enough. They seem to really love to stand on pomp and, making things a big deal. I feel like this is, if anything, this is just some Azamar at some point just be like, I want a big tower so people know me.
You do, like, I will say this. If you look back down now that there's way more sunlight, You could see on one of the kegs that was on the stairwell underneath you, it does look like it has an engraving on it.
I look at the engraving with a 17 in investigation.
An investigation, you see an insignia, and it almost looks like this is a trade barrel. And on the inside of the trade barrel, when you lift up the lid, there's more plant life inside of it. It's not like, well, because of the turbulent wind a little bit, it's kind of swaying, but it looks like it's a bunch of barrels full of succulents. And inside the rim of the barrel, it says, High Sky Greenhouse.
Yeah. Looks like we are in kind of like the garden shed, it looks like. We got a greenhouse right here. Okay.
So based on the make on this, you are inside of like an established greenhouse emporium.
I guess that explains the manure. We should probably start moving up then. I don't think the king's gonna meet us down here.
Probably not.
All right, what do you guys do?
And start going forward towards looking for a way up.
I'm going to,
Oh, Eloy, stop.
yeah, I was about to say, I was going to examine these things to see if there was something up with these darker tiles.
But Eloy made his choice though.
Well, what is up with Clip Clop? Oh dear.
All right, so forward.
You hear a click as you step on the platform.
Just gonna look around, see if I can determine if I just triggered anything.
Dagon's gonna step back from Eloy here real quick.
Eloy, roll me a dexterity save as the floor beneath you begins to shake and sink.
I was beginning to wonder when that prickly pear pie would kick in.
Very good save, as it turns out. That would be a 26.
A 26. As immediately as you step down and hear the click, you step back. As from below you, like, it looks like more muck kind of just, like, rushed up. It looks like the manure or, like, the dirt from underneath it gave form, spiked up, and then wriggled back down underneath the stone.
Neat.
Okay. I investigate the floor thing in front of me without making sure to not touch it, just looking at it very closely and from like all angles, seeing if it's pressure plated and...
These boys are very dedicated to protecting their manure.
Indeed. I got a 12 on that investigation.
There is a pressure plate on this one as well.
Okay. All right. So definitely things that look like this, probably not good to touch.
I'm just gonna be as safe as I can. I pull out my broom of flying and just hover right over the ground.
All right.
It's probably a good idea. I'll do my best to just avoid these
There
pressure
is the
plates.
other one in front of you where the rope is sitting, and it's on top of it, and it actually looks like it kind of is pushing down on top of
depressed
the
a
pressure
little bit.
plate, and nothing's happening.
The rope looks fancy. Is there anything special about it?
I examine the rope.
Do you move on the map where you're going to examine it?
I am standing 5 feet away from it. I will just reach out and...
You pull up some elven rope. It is 5 feet of elven rope.
Yeah, 5 feet of rope.
You watch as the stone lifts up as you take it off the mat. Nothing happens. It just...
That is a really sensitive pressure plate.
So it would seem.
All right. I have another plan. I guess I can move my guy. With the pressure plate I'm on, I cut off a bit of the
Wait, you're on it?
No, or by, sorry.
Okay.
The hempen rope that I have in my bag, I just cut off about a similar length and drop it onto the plate and see what happens.
It is hempen rather than...
I want to see if it's the elven rope that is the secret.
Nope. You drop it down on top of the stone. You hear a wind chime, like an audible wind chime.
So these pressure plates can have a certain amount of weight on them without any problem, but I'm not sure if this was just some sort of hint left behind or if...
Dagon is going to attempt to, like, circumvent these and just kind of step diagonally between these two pressure plates.
That is absolutely no problem. You could
Okay.
do so.
Anything happen when I step on that one?
Nope.
All right, waiting for the trap one.
Nope. Nothing happens.
Path seems safe so far.
All right.
I would not recommend following me until I know it's safe.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
So this path seems pretty safe. No, or presumably. At least to that point.
Can I see anything further down this hallway now
Nope,
that I'm
it's just
at
a
the
wall.
end? Oh, there's just a fucking wall
You just
here?
reached a dead end.
Anything over there?
Step here.
Nothing.
Step here.
Nothing.
Step back. It looks like as long as you're not stepping on the pressure plates, you seem fine, but I'm guessing there's some sort of sequence involved here.
Okay. I have an idea. Ezra comes over here.
Nothing.
Fishing out from his bag, he pulls out a deer statue.
Okay.
Has a little bit of weight to it. He sets it on the pressure plate with the elven rope.
Wind chime.
I think these ropes are noting plates we're supposed to touch.
Maybe.
He puts a little bit more weight on it. This time, stretching just 1 foot and kind of putting a toe on it to push it down a little.
It's already clicked in.
All right, just completely depressed.
It's completely depressed.
All right. Let's see. Takes a step on.
Nothing.
All right, this one's safe. I don't know if we can trust every rope, but you know, if you have something heavier than a rope to drop on it, I guess that could maybe check it. Or, you know, doing the sidestep thing, that's safe, but it doesn't seem to be getting us anywhere. Unless we want to go down.
Nothing happens when you step there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I move forward just to see.
You could gather that all the actual stone that's not a pressure plate
Seems safe.
is safe. The only issue is that now you have an idea that this might be a sequence thing, but you haven't found out that sequence.
Why would there be a secret sequence password pressure plate thing in a gardening shed?
Oh, it does have the window right to the cloud people that are monsters that they're afraid of. That'd probably be where they'd... I don't know why this is where they'd start the security, but, you know.
Well, remember, you might be in a location where it's just above or just below, so it does look like there's signs of life here, but Oso did tell you that the clouds were rolling in a little bit further than they used to be.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, from Dagon's position here, he sees that there's some elven rope on this one. He's going to press his foot on this plate over here. Hold on, I'm accidentally using the wrong grabby tool. I was using the map scroll one.
The two ones that were pressed down move back up again.
All right. It's an order. I also look at Dagon. Does anything happen to him after he steps on that plate?
The floor gurgles a little bit, but nothing happens.
Okay. Ezra steps on the or puts a foot on this one, the one to my left, if you were looking at it, the one with the rope on it.
The
You
one
step
that-
on it.
I just put a foot on it, not completely, but just ready to move if things start
Roll
gurgling.
dexterity
Got it.
save.
Cool. Okay.
All right, so there's an order to this, I guess.
That is a 22.
You watch as like that mud like spike out of the floor comes up and tries to hit your foot.
Oh, okay.
Do it right. Do it right or not.
All right, so it looks like the one above Eloy over there is the first one that needs to go down. Then the second one is the one that you just pressed.
Yep.
Seems like it. All right.
I'll just say for the sake of argument, you hit that sequence.
Yeah, I
and
was gonna say
you're fine.
Starting the sequence gets back to this point, so we got number 1 and number 2.
Yep, number 1 and number 2 are correct.
All right. The rope has so far seemed to have been some sort of signifier, so I'm going to press the one above me real quick.
The other two rise up again.
Shit. All right, not that one.
You press the other two back again.
Yeah.
Sake of expediency.
All right.
Yeah.
I pressed the other one. I pressed the one below me down.
Roll dexterity save.
A +1. That is a 16.
Right through the foot.
Ow. Fucking ow. Fucking ow.
Careful, Dagon. I think I have an idea.
What?
Hold on, that is 3 points of bludgeoning damage. Piercing, I apologize.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's a muddy spike.
You actually watch as the thing takes your blood in.
Your foot is also infected with manure.
Yeah,
Fucking enjoy it. God damn it. Ow.
So I get us back to the point where we know it's safe. See, I noticed that the rope on this one kind of has, maybe this is just nothing, but it has a strand kind of leading to this one. I'm going to see if this next one, like right next to it,
on top of you?
Below me, actually.
Below you?
Yeah,
Roll dexterity.
All right. Whoop. 16, sorry.
This one comes out with a bulb as it tries to hit you.
Ah! Well, that
Sinks
was
back in.
That was different. Still scary though.
All right, maybe it's per row. So press down the other two.
Yep, the other two are pressed.
All right. Dagon steps on this one.
That's the one he just stepped on.
Oh, that was the one he just stepped on? Okay,
Yeah.
and the one above him.
Yep, that's wind chime.
Okay, so that's
Nope.
3. So if it goes in sequence, Dagon takes a tentative step.
Wind chime.
4.
Oh.
All right, up or down? Wait, no, it has to be up. That other one that other one stabbed my fucking foot.
Wind chime.
Down.
Just following along in the safe blocks behind him.
Roll dexterity check.
On this one?
Yep.
Shit. That one's better. Modified 20. Or modified 21, I guess.
Yep, you just, it has to be this one. No!
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Nope, not that one.
That one's got a bulb with thorns on it as it goes back down into the floor.
I think the deeper we get in, the more harsh our punishment is if we mess up.
Seems that way.
The more complicated this puzzle seems to be.
All right, so we.
So I'll say for the sake of expediency,
we
you
press
guys get
the
those
in the
ones.
order.
Yeah.
So you are not that one in the center. The one above Ezra is the last one.
Yeah.
Oh, so that.
Ezra
Oh, so
goes-
something happened above him?
No. The one.
Oh, gotcha.
I
yeah.
move here.
No, that was.
Wind chime.
Wait, I stepped on that one before and I needed to make a save.
It wasn't in the order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not that these things are just safe, it's you have to just hit. I'm assuming at some point we're going to be hitting most of them. It's just doing it in the right order.
All right. Now we move on. Now the only one going forward is the one below you.
Sorry. One
Above
sec.
me,
My
the middle
pen
one?
has given up on me. There.
Or,
we
yeah,
no.
below him.
The one above Dagon.
go. All right. Well, I'll step on that one again.
Wind chime.
All right.
And now we come at an impasse here. Well, that one over there has rope on it. Seems like a hint to me.
Yes, but there's been a lot of them with ropes on them that hasn't quite been correct. So perhaps that's the.
Might be the end point. Well, hey, you know what? I believe in me. Takes a step on it.
Roll dexterity.
All right. I knew it'd get me eventually. 9.
The bulb. No, not only does the bulb have spikes, but it now also has a thorny appendage like a whip.
Ha!
Lices you across the chest.
I'm paying for that confidence and thinking I could solve this puzzle.
That is 10 points of slashing damage.
Ha! Slashing, you say?
Yep.
Armor I got. What does it defend?
It defends against slashing, I believe.
Ah, Pearson.
Oh, Pearson, blood.
Oh no, weak to
No,
Pearson
you're
bludgeoning.
weird.
Immune to slash. I don't feel a thing.
Nope, you feel absolutely nothing.
Slap. What?
It's weak to piercing and bludgeoning.
All right, so back. You
Alright, so
guys press the
we
sequence.
press the 7 in the row.
Yep, so now you
So
are
we're
at
at
1, 2,
where
3,
I am.
4, 5, 6. 7 is the next row you have to hit. Someone
no,
in 7.
we just hit 7. 7 is the one that's just below me. 1,
Yes.
2 is the middle, 3 up, 4 down, 5 up, 6 below that one, 7 in the middle.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna step on this one.
Wind chime.
Hey!
8. If this pen would like to continue working consistently.
Meanwhile, Eloy's just sitting back there on his broom.
Eloy's doing exactly what I'm doing, which is watching and going, it seems like they have an idea what they're doing, but I'm not following this at all. I don't have to roleplay very hard to be Eloy at this moment.
Trial and error.
I have a grid written out in front of me, damn it.
And I am more than willing to let you take point on that.
All right, so it's either one moving forward, or it's the one below you, Captain.
What's our pattern looking like up to this point? We've got up, down, up, down. All right.
Up, down, up, middle, up, middle, up, down, middle, up.
I'm gonna say. Wait, I just tried the one directly in front of me, and that, well, got me slashed at, but I didn't feel a thing.
But that was out of sequence, most likely.
Possibly.
Let's try it again.
I'm going to go ahead and cast resistance on you at this point. You get plus a d4 to your next saving throw.
Alrighty. What, you step on the one in front of you?
Yep.
Wind chime.
Oh, thank God. I mean, I guess it didn't hurt, but still. I don't know. Maybe it's not going to be slashing next time.
All right, and 10.
Dexterity save.
God fucking damn.
At least our choice is pretty simple at this point.
Natural 1!
Oh, no! Thanks for that resistance, Eli.
God fucking damn.
And I've deduced that this is... Ah!
You guys watch as a fucking Venus flytrap clove snaps on top of him and drags him down.
All right, it's going to spit him out right back at the start, right?
No, the floorboard closed on top.
I have things to get me out of this.
Oh no, for the sake of this point, you are out of this room.
Well, goodbye, Dagon.
Okay.
That
Wake shows up and...
that doesn't seem okay.
You're not dead.
I know.
You're not dead.
I am indisposed.
Yep.
As much as I would love to break this thing open by force, Ezra runs back through the order.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Which leaves the bottom corner.
Steps on this one.
A wind chime creates an entire little melody out based on that. And a doorway opens. Let me reveal area.
Ooh.
Before you is a small little archway. There are parrots sitting at the window, kind of just like gnawing at rope, just playing around with it.
Okay.
The moment you step through the area, the two parrots look up at you.
Assuming you're leaving your friend Dagon behind.
I was going to say, I haven't walked out there yet.
Yeah. Dagon, are you under the floor somewhere, or?
I see. I'm going to do a perception. Can I hear Dagon from anything?
Yep.
I was just yelling, Dagon, if you can hear us, please yell back. I have a 19 on perception. Am I hearing any sort of sounds?
You hear a muffled. It went beyond the wall in front of you, not the one that just revealed itself to you.
But like basically the wall straight to my character profile's right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, he's in there somewhere. It sounds like. Maybe we could make our way through.
I guess. I'm still on my broom, still hovering.
I step outside. It's right here.
You just see two little bounds of rope and the two parrots. There is a door that leads into the other room.
Can you parrots talk? Are you that kind of parrot? Okay, it was worth a try.
One tells truth, one tells lies, right?
No, one of the parrots looks up at you. Buy or sell?
Oh, Lord.
Bye, I just say.
The two parrots look at each other. They look back to you. Tell Dad customer. Tell Dad customer.
Okay.
They flap at the door and they're claw, they're kind of pecking at it, asking you to open the door.
I open it.
Neither of you are the Mothman, are you? You have to tell me if you're the Mothman.
if I ask.
Otherwise, it's entrapment.
You open the door.
right.
This
I
is
open
all
that
you
door.
see right now because you haven't moved in all the way.
Eloy, you could make me invisible, right?
I can.
I don't know what's in there waiting for us. Let me check it out.
All right, I'm gonna drop on. Just gonna go regular invisibility for now. That
Sure,
lasts
yeah.
up to an hour, as long as I can maintain concentration.
I step in.
All right, you step in. 1 second.
Oh boy,
You feel a turbulent wind gust in from the center of the room.
we've entered Airman stage.
There is a marketplace stall right in front of you, and you see wriggling round mounds of leaves and vines from behind the counter. Yep, you hear his voice. He is underneath that table.
I try to move the table or get it off of him.
You look inside. You look over the table. There are 4 cloves of giant Venus flytraps underneath, growing out of what looks like a broken patch of the floor. 3 of them are closed. 1 of them is open, and 1 of them is wriggling. That is closed.
I head over to the wriggling one and just with my dagger start trying to not stabbing at it, but just trying
to open it from the inside?
Yeah, just trying to basically cut into.
All right.
See the leaves.
I
closing
need
in on
you to
Question.
roll me.
Out of curiosity, is this considered a grapple on me?
Yes.
Aha! Because I have an invocation that will negate that.
Okay. You roll me a knowledge nature.
me. Okay. 13.
13. Okay. You start to pry it open, and you watch as your knife hits the inside where a little extra hair is on the inside of the clove, and it closes back up again, so you know not to do that. And you start prying it open again, but with a lot of struggling. What do you want to do?
Basically, while Dagon's in there, God damn it, stupid fucking sword, stop laughing and help me! Wait, hold on. And I'm going to use the invocation Trickster's Escape, which gives me freedom of movement. So if this thing is considered grappling me, I can use my movement action to 5 feet of my movement to just get out of it.
Yep, with we can fluff that with enough assistance. You see sunlight break in, and you see a dagger pull open the clove. And yep.
Oh!
And you just front flip yourself out. You are covered in digestive juices. Your clothing is a little charred. You kind of have little first degree burns on your forearm. You have taken, while inside that clove, oh, not bad, 3 points of acid damage.
Acid damage, gotcha.
Can I see this from where I'm peeking through the door over here?
Yes.
All right. Dagon, you can't see him. He's invisible, but Ezra's there. He's been helping you.
Oh yeah, hi, sorry. I just kind of, I make contact with him, I assume, to dispel any sort of illusion he's got on him. Hey, it's me.
I was gonna say, Ezra's always been by my side all along. He was the second set of footsteps.
Yeah, when it was just you, I carried you through that vine or whatever it was. Anyway, I told that bird I'd buy something, and it led me to this door. I don't know if that means anything.
Sorry, you said 7 acid damage I took?
No.
3, I think.
3, okay. So that's 6 total damage so far.
The one clove that is open lurches up over the counter, opens its mouth, and looks to the 3 of you.
Oh, hi.
Oh, customers.
My hand is on chick. Let's go slowly.
Depends on what you're selling.
Oh, sorry about that. There must have been rats scurrying about in the storeroom.
Does he seem at
Hand
all
goes
disturbed
back.
by the fact that a disembodied voice is coming from Ezra? Because he is still invisible.
No, he looks to you two. He's
Okay.
only looking at you two.
All right.
Chick, am I understanding him because of you, or is this plant actually talking?
You're understanding him.
Okay, it's actually talking.
Ezra just kind of stands off to the side and is like, all right, I'll just let them...
What are you selling?
Oh, well, we're selling all kinds of plants. We have all the best. We have all the best inside the greenhouse. But if there's anything on the counter you'd like, there's some behind you as well. We have the most excellent elven rope.
Yeah, Are you aware that there's a room back there that swallows people?
Oh, yes, that's the trap room. That's what I'm here for. I'm the guard system.
Noted.
Were we not supposed to be back there?
Are you employees?
Yes, we're newly hired, actually. We haven't been through our initiation. Seems nobody's been up here to train us.
Deception.
Something I am proficient in.
Ezra's like, I'll allow it.
Deception is a 26.
All right, I got that one.
Hey.
I hope I can outwit a plant.
Very well. Very well. Daryl must have gotten new employees.
Yes, Daryl, remember he hired us some time ago, but unfortunately did not give us any of the proper training or retinue for this situation.
Is there like a name badge or something we could wear to not get eaten?
Oh no, well I should be the only guard system here.
All right, well, in the future, just don't eat us.
Well, sorry, I'm just doing what I was told to do.
Fair enough.
I mean, I felt creatures on the pressure plates, and unless they were put in a select order...
Which we were working our way towards. Again, the training was not gone over with us quite as well as it should have.
I understand. Well, at least you were not captured like the other creatures I caught. He kind of like looks down to the two bulges in the two other cloves.
May we take a look at them, actually? We were brought in as kind of,
Oh, your maintenance, then?
Yes, a human, quote-unquote, human effort in this whole, process.
Yes, very well, by all means. Just make sure you don't touch the inner cloves. I'll close them again. Sorry, it's a force of habit.
No problem. Cough, just regurgitate or whatever you do.
It's a troglodyte from the Unwitnessed Kingdom. Half digested.
Hey! How you...
I can still feel the pain!
Yeah, you boys can't die, huh? Hey, Dagon, these are... Yeah, we ran into some of these. These are boys that can't die because of unicorn blood.
Ezra just looks at Dagon. Did we tell him that story yet? Doesn't look like it.
No, he's not one of ours. You can take him.
I can still feel...
Oh, at least I can move it. No!
And the other one?
Another one. Down to the bones, but still moving.
How'd you boys get here? You was... When we saw
Well, the bones
you...
aren't talking to you, and the other one just went back into the clove.
Can we talk to the other one again real quick?
He has some questions. I'm sorry. I jumped the gun
Why would
sometimes.
you question animals? That'd be silly. Usually the crows get in here.
Well, you know, sometimes they have information, especially ones that can actually communicate.
Very well.
This one speaks the language, so...
Hey, yeah, sorry about that. How did you get here?
Oh, wait, what? Where? Oh, last I remember, I was falling. There was more water, and I sat up and I climbed out, and then all of a sudden, there was this big green thing that ate me.
Okay, no, that...
I crawled out from over there. You look over to the side where there's a giant gaping hole in the bottom, and where the platforms are like kind of scattered in a different row.
Yes,
area up above us
that's
here?
one I am going to question later.
So that giant ledge where all the platforms are, that they're all scattered about, but they actually look like they're on some kind of like rail system, almost like there's a sequence to make them actually like form something.
Great.
But he says he climbed up from below that.
So down there is connected to here.
Yeah, there was more water, and oh, I don't want water anymore. I've been in nothing but water. We went through, we were stuck underneath the pressure of the ocean. Couldn't move, couldn't breathe. It was agony 24/7. We all wished we could die, and then all of a sudden, that giant gate portal thing opened up again, and we decided to go through it. And then it closed in on half of us, and then I was here.
Chick was just chuckling throughout a majority of that.
Hey, that's a good point. Chick, are you able to eat this boy's soul? Do you want this boy to eat your soul? Would that give you like respite from your eternal damnation?
I don't know. Can he actually die?
No.
I don't know. I don't know what's stronger, the unicorn blood or his all goblin.
Throw me in.
Boomhowering it. He's picking up some common. How's it, man? Just shove it in, man. How's it, man? Daggone.
Oh man, I just have Dagon as Hank Hill. Yep.
Fan artists, you know what to do now.
Baskets never seen bone. Daggone. Throw me in there, man. I'll some digging about day. Daggone. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna stab this boy in the heart.
Eloy is definitely Bill.
You stab him.
Getting anything?
Chick just like looks left and right. You hear in your head, he doesn't have a soul.
He has no soul. This is.
I don't.
Nope.
Ezra just looks at this troglodyte's face upon the news of you don't have a soul.
Giant frowny face. I don't.
No. Wasn't
Well,
the
I
answer
mean,
he was looking for.
Think of it this way. When you do eventually die, you won't go anywhere. You'll just stop existing.
Well, I mean, now that I'm not imprisoned in a tomb of acid anymore, now that I'm looking about this place, at least it's not the bottom of the ocean floor and in a cave. This is actually kind of different. And, oh man, that's actually really nice that something's different. Thank
take
you.
that out of there, yes.
Thank you.
Prestidigitation, the gunk away.
Yeah, the ever grudge off your fucking sword.
All right, well,
There's more of us, at least I know that, but I don't know where they all went. Like, I climbed up here, and I don't know where everyone else is. By the way, Dagon, there's a box full of stuff right next to you.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say I was looking through that while he was talking with the until the idea of stabbing through this guy came in.
As the troglodyte starts going like, this seems kind of nice. It's not like a trap underwater or so. With a 15 in performance, my invisible voice just starts coming out. Foolish troglodyte! You must spend the rest of your days amending the evils of your people. You shall eat of the flesh no longer. From this day forth, you shall only eat the plants of the earth.
Well, you heard him. You're a vegetarian now.
Performance?
That's
you got a 15.
Oh. Why would I eat you, Mr. Plant? That makes no sense.
No, not this one, you fool! Other non-sentient plants which are sold and bought for the purpose of consuming.
The parrots sit down next to Dagon on the stool. Buy, sell! Buy, sell!
I don't know. I'm browsing.
I think I know my calling in life now. My job is to run this shop for commercial good. How do you do that?
Do your best!
Well,
You'll figure it out!
Well, what you do is you help me find things that I want, and then you give them to me. And for helping you get out of your situation at a market discount of... You know, we'll discuss the discount later.
Buy, sell!
As your rescuer, he should be treated with great kindness!
One of the parrots. Kindness!
See? The voice in the air and that agree.
This is going so many turns, and I love it.
At first I was like, is it good for us to let something from the Evergrudge just run around up here? Probably not.
I don't know.
What if I scare him into being nice?
I don't know. We kind of sided with them down there a little bit.
I was going to be one of these guys if Eloy died off the bridge. Of course, that was before I knew exactly what they were.
All right, so what kind of crazy knickknacks we got in this here
All right,
bucket?
well, you open up this box. Inside of it, there's a few stray rubies in there. Maybe about like 10, 12. I'll say 12. 12 rubies.
Brings me back up to where I was, as long as they aren't.
A little bit of documentation, like invoices of supplies that were taken in from below on the surface. A lot of complaints about crows and even the occasional rock flying in from the mist.
Okay.
A lot of the new guard system was just put into place. They have been hearing scratching noises from above them. and something in the water filtration system has found its way upstairs.
That would be you.
And that was the last bit of paperwork that was in there. That looked like that was scribbled on there in a hurry. There is a record of other employees that were supposed to be in here.
Okay.
But so far, this was only written by one person, and it seems to be that the owner of this place. It says that in lieu of everything that's been happening in here, I'm gonna lock everything and stay in my room until this all blows over.
Fair enough. Anything that mentions this mechanism in front of us with all these platforms?
One more investigation check, please.
There we go. I was due for one of those. Nat 20.
Nat 20. This is supposed to be a bridge mechanism. However, unfortunately, you were on the wrong side, and the button to press it is across from you.
Ooh, don't cross a bridge. 10 years later, you'll wind up on Twitch playing D&D.
You do notice that it does look like these are jumpable. You could jump from here to the other stones with no problem. Well, with no problem, I say, with a decent acrobatics or athletics check, you could make it across.
I was gonna say, there's another entirely more plausible option of somebody who has a flying broom that could assist us in this situation.
There is always that.
Off in the distance, you can see a chest on one of the platforms. And also, there are two windows off in the distance that lead into what looks like another room, but it's more boarded up, and there's kegs piled up against the wall of the, against the wall enough to make like a barricade, so it looks like someone tried to close off that side from entryway into the window. There is, however, like, Eloy, where are you moving, by the way?
I'll
If
just
you're gonna be on your broom.
yeah, I'll just prop right here, get a see what I can see before venturing out into the horrible void of nothingness.
To the left of you is just a flat wall. To the right of you, there actually looks like there was supposed to be a doorway for the platform to go towards, and that's to the right. I can, hold on, I'll reveal a little bit of it for you.
All right.
There you go. That's all you get for free until you actually cross the bridge.
Right. How much do those papers tell you about how this thing works?
Only that there's a mechanism of sorts that should allow us to do it, but it's on the other side.
And by other side, it's where the barricade is.
Like up here?
Yep.
By the chest?
That, across that wall.
Okay. Hey, Mr. Plant, you know anything about this whole doohickey? I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. I probably shouldn't call you Mr. Plant. Is that rude? I apologize.
I don't have a name.
Plant works.
Yeah, Plant works.
Worker plant. The plant works.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was only grown but a few weeks ago and set to be the new security system for the storeroom.
Okay, so
I only know what my master was. I only know what my master has given me. I don't ask questions.
Does your master have a name?
He just makes me call him master.
Ooh, he's that kind of fellow, is he? I've been there, don't worry.
I think that was the name of an anime.
What's an... And Troglodyte looks at you. What's an anime? Can I sell it?
No! Never! What are you selling? I look at the troglodyte. So what are you selling here now?
I mean, I don't have that much. I got my pants. What's left of them that hasn't been singed away by this creature. It's kind of weird sitting next to the person that tried to eat you. You tasted like nothing.
Dagon looks over to Chick. You get used to it, sort of?
Not a big deal.
I mean, whatever's in that box you can have, I guess.
I've already pocketed the 12 rubies.
There is the elven rope. The plant did tell you that the elven rope was there. You have about 300 feet combined with everything in the other storeroom.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
300-foot elven rope. I'll take it.
All right. Can you tie off one piece of that to my broom just in case? I'm not entirely confident in this yet.
Would you rather I tie it to you rather than the broom?
You know what? That's a good point.
Yes.
You know what? Let's just make a whole big chain. Me, the broom.
Okay, yeah, no, we'll make a nice relay system. We'll make a harness, like, you kind of tie a nice harness to Eloy.
And then we tie it to this invisible thing. Don't worry
We'll
about
we'll tie it around his waist and
All
then
right.
his second waist, and then we'll tie like a small loop around the broom so that it will like be connected to him and add a bit more ballast if he does fall.
Okay. When you do look over the side, you do notice that there are the claw marks of the troglodyte that tried to climb up the side. He punched his hand deep in there to get that to work, because this is flat. This is just flat stone.
All right. Well, that's...
You should be as secure as this rope's going to get you.
All right. Come on, Pistachio. We's it going. I attempt to cross over to where the chest is, taking
Stop.
care not to touch anything on my way there.
Remember how this thing has a gravitational force of how deep it is?
Oh, that's right. Okay, bad idea, bad idea, bad idea.
Roll athletics check.
I was sort of ready for today. A modified 20.
You roll me an athletics check.
10.
You compensate enough that you're able to like grab him as he's about to fall.
Oh boy, he's heavy.
And with enough help, you are able to pull him up.
All right, we now know that there is a limit to this thing's... I'm sorry, Pistachio, to Pistachio's ability to keep me up.
Well, that just proves that this hole is deeper than his actual
Very
capacity.
common in asses your age.
All right, well, guess we'll give this a shot then. 1, 2. Dagon's going to, if you don't mind, I'm going to need to make a running jump.
All right. You can make a running jump. It just, whatever one you're stepping on, you have to, I will let you know what's going on with that.
Well, it's going to be this one, and I know the grid is not very...
Yes, you'll be fine. Like, basically how this is working is that whichever one you step on is going to require a certain DC.
Okay, well, I'm trying to step on that bottom one there, basically, like jump to it. Hup!
All right, roll me athletics or acrobatics if you're choosing.
It's going to be athletics, because that's better for me. 18.
Am I
You
still
make it with no
invisible?
problem. You stick the landing just easily.
All right, and I have the other end of the rope that Eloy has tied to him, tied to me, so if I go down, you're going down with me.
Great. I'm here to assist in case that happens. But I'm invisible. But you know I'm there.
The
Well-
ghost of Ezra is at your side.
If you look to your,
He's got wings, I say. I'm sure he'll be fine.
you look to your right, it does look like there's an open hallway that leads in deeper.
It is unfortunate that my wings do not work that way.
No, they do not.
They're bullshit Balrog wings.
Yeah.
Ezra doesn't know that. He just knows wings.
All right.
I'm sure they'll give him some sort of glide or something.
I'm going to make the jump over to this hallway over here first because apparently, like, I read that there was a mechanism back there that will allow us to mess with these things to not tempt fate at that.
All right,
treasure
let me
chest.
roll me an athletics check.
That is a 21.
You'll make it just fine. This is what is revealed to you. There is a staircase that leads downstairs.
Is that all that's in this room?
Yep.
Well, I don't wish to leave that treasure behind. I am a treasure hunter, after all. Up and back. I'm tempting fate. 16.
You make it just fine.
Okay. I worry whenever I roll anything like around a 10.
Yeah, I was going to say, once it's like 15 and that neighborhood is when I'm nervous because I'm like, that could pass or fail.
Oh, you're over there?
Yeah, I'm heading over this way to try to get to this chest.
All right, well, based on standing there, I'm going to need you to roll again because you're stepping on a smaller platform.
Yep. It's not a far jump, but it's...
It's a tinier place to step on.
that is a... Sorry. It's a 16 again, with athletics.
You guys watch as he steps on it and he hits his foot, the whole half of his foot hits the edge.
Wobble, wobble, wobble!
You balance yourself just at the right moment, but you are standing on one foot on this thing.
Hop. Okay. This actually seems worse of a jump for this, but... I want to blow a spell on this. Like, I could get to that chest.
I mean, we could try and toss a grappling hook over there, try and, like, get a rope going.
It's not a terrible idea. Look over at the troglodyte. They're terrified that God just spoke to these people casually.
They don't see you. Like, you're not there. Yeah, it's just like, oh, in one place and out the other. I just keep hearing things. This is what happens when you eat unicorns. God damn it, no.
I mean, that does seem to be your first mistake.
I mean, I just thought immortality would be cool.
Everybody thinks it'll be cool. All the other troglodytes are doing it.
Like I said, I'm in a new place. At least that's a nice change of scenery.
I mean, you know, relative to plant acid or the crushing expanse of the ocean, yeah, this seems like about as good as you've had it.
I can breathe.
Yeah? I mean,
Do you have a name, little fella?
Where's God? Please tell him to stop.
A servant of mine deserves a name.
buddy, if I could tell God to stop.
You know, God, I thought that, no, what's going on? I'm so confused.
You shall henceforth be known as Toodles, the troglodyte.
I have a name? I haven't had one of those before.
Toodles, you will run this shop to the best of your abilities and help all weary travelers you may see.
Meanwhile, in the background,
Okay, new place, God.
in the background, saying, "Okay, I'm just gonna try this then. All right, be ready. Be ready." You're just having this conversation.
Yeah. That looks like a good jump.
Roll.
That's pretty good. 19.
You have very little room to use your second foot. You have, with this next athletics roll you take, will be with a disadvantage.
All right. This was a mistake.
You are standing on 1 foot.
All right, I gingerly kind of like shift my feet around so I can get them both on there, just so I can try to like spring myself, because I'm going to try to leap and grab onto the edge of that chest plate over there. Okay. Okay. And with disadvantage, okay, that's a really good one. That's the same roll, 19.
19. You latch onto the chest. You guys watch as he just he hangs onto it. No, you're like legs and arms hugging around this chest.
Oh, he got it.
I stand up around like the bend here and I try to open this chest. All right.
You see a tongue. Thanks for the hug, buddy.
Start pulling on the rope.
If this does count as a grapple, it does not work.
No, it's not a grapple. It's an attack. This
Gotcha.
thing bit you. It's a mimic.
Motherfucker!
Hold on. I need to now make that thing visible.
Well, at least I'm the one you want to have in this position.
Thing, please. Edit piece so it becomes visible.
Yeah, that's the problem with trying to use the DM tools with the tablet.
Ah, here we go. I got it. Hey. Here we go. Represent characters. No, I don't want to represent characters. I just want to turn it into a fucking...
A token.
I want to turn it into a token.
I haven't even passed the bar. I can't represent characters.
Can I get a witness?
Alright. How do I fucking...
If you want to zoom in on the action on the map, that'd probably be good too.
Yeah, this thing's a pain in the ass. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Like, anytime I've done it, I've always, like, brought my laptop in and messed with it that way.
I'm gonna have to do that next time.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boo.
While this is all going on, Ezra's still just goofing with the troglodyte. Eventually there will be stories of you, child. Don't you worry.
Yeah, Dagon, I just imagine, like, this entire thing is, like, focusing on you. The Dagon in the background. Then the mimic. Just, like, this entire fight's going on in blurred vision in the background as you're focusing on this trog.
But you will be my chosen one.
I'm gonna roll damage for you real quick.
Destiny.
Yeah.
The rest of your kin.
Does it have to roll to hit first, or is it just, like, a thing?
It's a trap.
Okay.
All right, you're taking 8 points of piercing damage
Alrighty then.
as this
thing
thing
I wasn't
bites
over
down on you. Are you guys going to try and get him out, or am I going to initiate combat?
I'm fighting this fucking thing. Unless they drag me away.
What are you guys going to do while this is happening? You see Dagon like his ass sticking out of a fucking mimic.
Well, you see me sticking out of a chest.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if it looked like it was like, I'm just gonna roll a perception.
You just watch as he open this thing and then it just
I'm gonna
and a
look.
tongue's lashed around his leg.
Oh, a tongue lashed around? Okay, if I could see that, then I would probably start trying to yank on the cord at least a little bit to get him out of its mouth.
This is real awkward now.
Athletics check.
60. Just to be like, come on, don't bite him. Like, not enough to like get him off the platform.
The mimic sprouts little arms off the side, grabs the edge of the platform, and is stuck firm.
I'm going to cast Suggestion on the mimic.
Are we doing initiative here? Because
Not yet. After his turn.
So, I suggest to the mimic that he is pulling back so hard that if the mimic were to let go now, he'd probably fall to his death, and that'd be hilarious. So he should definitely let go.
I mean, he might not be wrong.
All right, what do I need to get out of this?
So he gets a Wisdom saving throw.
All right. Boy, howdy, he doesn't. I just rolled a fucking 7.
All right. That
He looks over to you, throws you up into the pit.
Jeez.
See, I was hoping to avoid that. I could have gotten out of that very easily.
Well, we have ropes on you for a
Yeah, you
reason.
have ropes on him, but you guys watch as Dagon like is fucking exiled into the abyss.
Actually, if we don't have a slack, like if the rope has no slack on it because he's
Oh no,
pulling on it.
you're getting swung towards the wall as this is happening. So, if they grab you, they grab onto the rope.
And this might make things interesting. I am choosing, since I can only have one concentration spell going at once, your invisibility drops now. You are now visible again.
Hey! Just been holding onto this rope. Hey!
God?
He's made flesh.
I'm not God, I am his son. He sent me here so that I might speak to you on equal terms, child.
While this is happening, roll athletics check.
Don't worry about it. Just back to the holding. 18 on my athletics check. I'm getting good rolls on this thing with no bonuses.
start plummeting, and then all of a sudden you start like bobbing and weaving through the platforms, and you hit the wall, and you see the claw marks where the troglodyte was climbing up, and you like grab them with your hands.
I will assist Ezra in helping haul him up.
Yeah, with that, you guys are able to bring him back up on that side.
All right, you're safe.
Thank you.
And now from a range, there's no way I can attack back. I level my crossbow at it. And would I would hope a 26 would hit, or 23 would hit.
It'll hit. There's an arrow sticking out of the side of the chest now.
Aha! We've made damage, everybody.
It does nothing. It just sits there. You can do your damage, but it's not attacking or
Right.
retaliating. It can't unless the bridge is put back together.
Well, in case it matters, it took 6 damage from that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean... yeah, I'll just whip out my short bow and just pepper it with arrows with you until it...
Dang on, if you want to do something else, we got this thing under control.
Yes.
Seeing from this thing, he's just like, oh man.
Are you guys gonna spend your time just taking pot shots at this thing?
Yeah, I mean, if we can just attack it from safety, I'll just
If
keep
only
on-
one person needs to get the mechanism going to get the bridge, it seems silly to try and have all of us jumping over there.
Well,
Where on this map is the barricade? Because I can't, like, it looks like a solid wall to me.
that's it's on a window behind.
Oh, it's in a window.
It's in a window. You see like wood stacked up in barrels in the window, making a barricade for you to enter in.
Yes, but where is,
Like,
'cause
where
where's
on the
this
map?
bridge? Where's this bridge supposed to lead? Is it just to that chest?
Is the barricade behind the chest, like right there?
Or
The barricade is okay. So there are 2 windows on the opposite wall. Behind those windows, we're inside the room. There are stacks of shit that's barricading entryway into the window.
Yeah, so it's not letting you into the windows.
Right.
Okay.
And we're just trying to see what squares are those
I just want to
windows.
know where this bridge is supposed to be leading if we mess with it and build it.
You'd have to build it to find out.
Okay.
All right.
You'd have to build the bridge to find out. And unfortunately, the mechanism to build the bridge is in the room where everything is barricaded.
Yeah, so getting to that room is difficult.
Gotcha.
All right, well, Dagon's gonna hop his way back over there.
Athletics check.
All right, that is a 16 for the first one to hop to the platform,
Yep.
and a 15 to get to this larger hallway.
You make it with no problem.
All right.
You kind of like stub your toe on one of the rocks, the fucked up toe from the plant, as you make it to the final edge.
Oh, fuck it. I'm gonna have to bandage that later.
All right, gentlemen, what are you gonna do? You watch as Dagon goes into the
Jumps
sidewall.
over to the other side.
Yep.
All right, we'll keep on some. I'll keep on suppressive fire. You keep looking ahead.
The chest kind of just like lurches up, turns around so the open part of the chest faces you. Falls over into the abyss.
Hey, what are you doing? That's not what chests do.
You watch as it disappears into the darkness. Splash.
Oh, worst comes to worst, we know there's water down there.
Yeah. I mean, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Absolutely. I guess. Dagon, everything okay over there?
Yep, just found some stairs.
That doesn't. Okay. What direction are they going?
Said they go
Down.
Down. They lead downward,
Oh.
but it's the only path I've found forward.
All right then. I guess that makes sense. Hopefully, there's a way to open this bridge.
Athletics or acrobatics if you're choosing to get across.
Well, I guess.
Is there a ceiling to this room?
Yes.
How high is it?
You're probably gonna get like 10, 15 feet high.
Okay. I'm gonna take my broom up to where my head is just grazing the ceiling and try and get as much height before I try and glide over the edge. Like just as much speed, basically the flying equivalent of a running jump.
Okay.
So
Athletics
you're just
are
kind of like try to go like.
you're trying
corner
to
there.
use it as a hover glide.
Yep.
Try to Fortnite this shit.
18.
You make it with no problem.
Right.
You didn't even need the broom to do that jump.
But it made you feel safer.
Yeah.
It gave you confidence.
All right. I will use my second story work to use acrobatics instead of athletics to move. I'm just gonna jump for this spot. Whoa.
Yeah, the grid doesn't quite snap
Yeah.
to the bridge.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! We get a 25 on that.
You like do fucking cartwheels off the wall as you enter in.
Right before I leave, I look to the troglodyte. My son, remember me.
Who are you?
I'm the one who gave you a new lease on life. Ezra of the Natural Wonders.
Tell the others.
Tell them my story! As I backflip.
Him and the plant just sit there and look at each other. I guess I work here now.
See, now Ezra's gonna start spreading rumors about the troglodyte in the tower. And everyone's gonna think he's lying.
All right. Well, new map.
All right, Dagon's gonna head down the stairs and kind of like explore down there.
Yep, we'll follow along.
I need to place your guys' tokens again. Shit.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to copy and paste them from that thing.
Ugh. Ugh, I say. I have no. Oh wait, there we go. I was like, shit, I don't have access to my own fucking thing.
The joys of new technology. New-ish.
Eloy.
I don't know how long Roll20's been doing stuff. I guess it's been a while.
Probably.
All right, you guys are led downstairs onto a bridge. It looks like a bridge, but it's like a little bit of a boardwalk sort of scenario. You look inside, and it looks like there's a waterfall that leads into a small little nook, and there's a little bit of like crystals that look like they're kind of charging some kind of pulse into the water. It's almost like a black light, but it actually is killing off a little bit of like bacteria. So this looks like a water filtration area.
Okay. Are we supposed to be able to see it on our screens?
Oh, you can't see it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we're
don't
still
think you've dragged the
doing that.
players over to it yet.
Weird. Sorry. There we go.
Hey!
Oh, good. Bodies. Yeah, I can't move my guy anymore.
Yeah, piss. You want to take a quick break while I fix that?
Yeah, we'll have to take a quick break to fix these technical difficulties, but we'll be right back after this.
All right, let me go fix that.
Yeah, all you have to do is just get onto your account over there, like go to the previous map, select all three of us, copy, and paste us onto this one.
Yeah. You know what? I have a better idea because I don't want to hear it off the computer.
Put it back on main cam while he does that.
Sure.
Yeah. Please do that.
Yeah, because while the tablets work great for moving the pieces, the DM kind of needs
Doing
a few
actual
more
DMing,
tools.
yeah.
Yeah. Because like when we were testing this out, when we were doing the Halloween one shot,
You had your
I had my
laptop
laptop over there so I could move everything as I needed to. I could change things on the fly. It's very hard to do that from this.
From a
This is
tablet.
great for moving things, just moving pieces, and that's kind of all it can do.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
However, that's a fairly simple problem to solve with the laptop.
Which also doubles as a DM screen, so.
I will know to bring in my laptop next time.
Yeah, no worries, dude.
No, yeah. It happens. I just like that we've added this. This takes a
No,
lot
it's
of the...
so much easier, and
Yeah.
people can actually see it. Like
Yeah.
that was my goal when I was trying to come up with ways to make
Yeah,
these
we had lofty
combats
goals
a lot
of
easier.
way more intense, like, camera system
Yeah,
and stuff over
a
here.
better camera. Like we have a fucking jib arm that
Yeah.
we bought that was like, yeah, this will work, and then we just couldn't figure out a way to get all the
Yeah.
cameras to work with it.
Move 'em.
Yeah. Oh, test if I can move them. Yep, I can move them now.
Hooray!
See if you can also move Eloy.
I can move Eloy.
Awesome. Thank you.
Solve it!
I will quickly use the restroom before we continue, though.
Works for me.
A small sec to let everybody gather themselves before the adventure continues.
Can't possibly be the right time, can it?
No, we have more time.
Yeah, I was gonna say these tablets say it's like 8:16. I guess they never
No, it's
compensated for daylight.
We have like 45 minutes left.
All right, yeah, I figured. I was like, weird. This tablet says 8:16. It does not feel like, well, you know, I mean, a testament to the
Right, yeah.
campaign, but it does not feel like we've been doing this that long.
Mine says 7.
Huh, I guess mine just didn't update, or was
That-
set improperly to begin with.
That's odd because, yeah, I would think that the being connected to the internet and doing this would tell it, like, hey, you're getting a different time than these people are.
You'd
But-
think it's, although this was the one that I brought, like one of these was the one that I brought with us to Youmacon, so it might think it's the Eastern time zone.
Gotcha, that might be it. Welcome back.
Problem should be solved.
Excellent. Eloy should now be movable if you would like to test it just to be sure it also works on your laptop. I don't know why it wouldn't.
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah, as we've come to figure out, it just seems like the DM's just going to need to bring a
laptop.
laptop if they're going to be using the combat map.
Yeah. It's too bad because this table would be just expansive for 4 people if we could use both sides of it, but as
Yeah.
it is, it's kind of about the right amount of space, but
Yeah.
rolling with a laptop behind that DM screen seems a little rough, but oh well.
One quick second. I'm gonna pop a cough drop and we'll be good to go.
Excellent.
Get that booming voice.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, we good. Yep.
Welcome back to the table, everybody. Woo! And we go back to the map. And zoom in.
There we go.
And a spooky zoom.
And look, I can move again. Yeah.
Yep.
Look at all these corpses.
You guys
Skeletal
walk down.
boys.
You walk down to a staircase. You step onto what feels like wooden floors. You hear a babbling brook and a waterfall right next to you. You look over to your left, and there is indeed a waterfall. And it looks like there is a bunch of crystals hanging on the stones of the waterfall that is pumping in some kind of magic that looks like it's killing chemicals or something, like probably like just icky bad shit like bacteria out of the water. As the water continues to babble and go downstream, it kind of leaves through a hole all the way down the side where a bridge is.
All right. Do I see that asshole mimic down here? Like streaming down this? Because this is directly to the side where it dropped off.
You do not. I will reveal something to you, actually, because you are down here. I think I accidentally just forgot to reveal something.
Huh.
Sorry.
Yeah, so you can see, like, there's a little bit of another side of a reveal, but there is a large wooden wall that covers that side. The only entry point you have over to that wooden side is the bridge all the way to the end.
All right. And
But this
what are-
place is littered to burst with skeletons.
I see that. What are in these little shop stands over here?
That would require investigation checks.
I was ready. 14.
14.
Well, the lower we get, the less of this offending
13.
mist there'll be. So I predict that this will be easy peasy, no problems.
I like your logic, Eloy.
Can't disagree. I don't see any asshole mimics or plants, except that tree, but I'm keeping my distance.
You look inside the market stand, and behind it there are overgrown roses.
Got my eye on you. You don't have eyes. Don't lie to me. Oh, that's terrifying.
It indeed shows you an eye as it looks up at you.
Now, I know I'm not from this area, but is this something that your people are aware of? Is this a thing?
Roll me a knowledge arcana check.
No. I got
It
a
is,
two.
it is speaking to you in Celestial.
No, not normally. And I say back to it, what are you exactly? Just in Celestial.
We're roses, silly.
Yeah, I get that, but why? Why are you roses?
Who did this to you?
We don't know.
Are you Tony Hawk? Yes. Why?
We used to grow here. We know we came from the earth. We know we came from the earth that was built around here, but we've been given sentient by some kind of rolling mist.
Put a pin in that one. They've been given sentience by this rolling mist.
The Celestials kind of
Imbue things with life.
imbued things with life, apparently.
Oh, that's gonna be frustrating. Now we can't trust anything.
I asked the flower. I point towards the skeletons. What's their story?
They look over to the skeletons. One of the other flowers opens up with a mouth. They dead.
Oh,
Were you here when they died?
No, our roots don't reach there.
Huh, fair enough. They're dead. And they were not aware of how.
Can I, taking a look at the skeletons, can I get any idea how they died?
Medicine.
Medicine? Like any broken bones, anything like that, with a modified 20?
Something shattered these things. These people were attacked before their flesh was ripped off.
Dagon's just traveling over to this one. Oh, this one's dabbing.
Dabs
So-
on his haters. What are these the things like here that are kind of right in front of me? Are they rocks or
Rocks in the water?
no on the ground? Like on
Those look like rocks that were moved there. There are scratch marks on the floor that indicate that from the bridge, someone pushed it to be in this position.
I'm going to investigate these with a 15.
15? Yeah, no, it looks like there's claw marks that indicate that something was pushing these
Can I tell
rocks.
what direction they came from?
They came from the bridge.
Okay, so they've just been dragged from the bridge area.
Yep.
Dagon's investigating this other market stand down here. A modified 20. Oh, I'm sorry, modified 18. That looked like a...
Modified 18?
Yeah.
All right. You find a bunch of buckets that are aligned around the edge of the market stand. And there's a sign that is spelt very poorly in some language you can't understand.
That's when I don't go.
Like, it's scrawled, and like it looks like it was written in crayon, but you take a deeper, closer look at it, that's dried blood. There's a sign that it's like the text is there, and then it's pointing to the buckets.
They either have awful penmanship, or I just do not understand it.
I'll take a look. I don't know if you have Elvish or not. That's the only other language I have besides Common.
I speak Common, Celestial, and Deep Speech.
Okay, so
You'd be surprised how rare that other one is.
Deep speech.
Oh.
You read it.
I can?
Yep.
Oh.
Well,
It's just really bad penmanship.
Yep. It's really, really bad penmanship. Roll me a intelligence check.
I'm not great at that one, but 12.
Put food in bucket or get it.
Put food in buckets or get... Chick, did you write this?
While they're messing with that, I want to look. Can I like just kind of peer over into the water and see what it looks like, since I see the sparkly bits right next to me on the map?
That's money. There are rubies in the water.
There's just rubies in the water?
Yep.
Well, someone's been making wishes in this here well.
Dagon's going to take a, like, one of his remaining slices of pie and just pop it in the bucket.
Is that meat?
It's pie. It's better than meat.
You look over to the side.
Yes.
There's a troglodyte sitting on a chair over on the other side of the bridge looking out to you.
Oh, hey! Are you friends with Toodles?
What?
The troglodyte I just met up there, Toodles. He said that the voice of God told him to be nice to travelers. Have you met him?
Deception with disadvantage.
He's not lying.
He's genuinely up there. Oh, man. 17. Lucky for that disadvantage, because I got a nat 20 on the first one. Or the second one.
That what's up there? We sent him up there hours ago.
He seemed really
He was
scared.
supposed to find food. I mean, you guys have food, right? You put some in there. Is that meat? Can we eat it? Should we eat you instead if it's not food?
He seemed really upset about people eating meat. He acted like that was a curse of some kind. Anyway, you do what you want.
Oh, my stomach doesn't feel that at all.
Well,
No, guys, calm down. I'm asking him if he has food. Chill
Hey,
out.
do you not want this? Because...
No, we'll do. Well, I mean, you put down food, I guess. Actually, no. Walk over the bridge and hand it to me.
What's in it for me, exactly? Like, I'm giving you something. Clearly, I must have something in return.
No. What was it? The things that people do that when they get stuff in return? Oh, right. That's what it said. Okay. You get to go across.
That sounds like a toll.
Is that what it's called?
And I don't...
Is it? Yep. Really? Okay. Yeah. Yes, it's a toll.
And forgive me, I don't know. I do you rightfully own this place? Because I don't think... Where's your permit for, tolling me?
What's a permit?
Well, it's something
We just want food. Give us the food and we let you go.
Oh, you'll let me go.
How many of you are over there?
Well, if you're hungry, we need to know how many people we're feeding.
I can't... I've got enough food for 20. Are there 20?
No. We need to know how many we need to feed.
What are we rolling here?
Persuasion, or yeah, I'm trying to persuade him to let us know how many people are over there. That is a 19.
He beats you out.
Well,
Enough to fill the buckets. That's all we care about.
if we fill the
Fill the buckets with food and put meat in it.
meat?
Maybe put him in there. He's got food. He's made of food. You look like the... Are you a unicorn?
I can assure you I am not, sir. Also, that's what got you into this mess. Are you sure you want to keep going down that road?
How do you know that?
Yeah, we met some.
The guy upstairs. He's
Yeah.
really scared.
Yeah, there did seem to be a whole heap of food up there. All the...
He found a lot and was kind of laughing about it.
Yeah.
Deception.
With a 23. Yeah, no, he was laughing up a storm about it, really.
Well, we can't kill him, so there's no repercussion, and we're still hungry.
I mean, he just climbed right up there with his
Right up the stairs.
claws. So, I mean, I bet you could get up the same way.
We made him go up there because he has long claws. We're not going up there. We're not stupid.
Oh, you don't all have the climbing claws?
Where's the food?
Upstairs, like I said.
Give us the food now. No, put the food in the bucket.
The guy, I can see this guy we're talking to, right?
Yeah, he's there.
You know, I would love to be able to, like, feed all of you, but I don't know if you, I don't know if you all can, I don't know if we have enough for all of you. And in the back of his mind, as I cast Enemies Abound, he hears, not enough food for all of us, but some of them must go. And he has to make an intelligence saving throw. Versus DC 16.
Well, he fails on a 10.
So he sees pretty much anybody he's been talking to back there as hostile.
Okay. He, like, kind of thinks to himself for a little bit. You watch as he goes back behind the wall.
Just twiddling my thumbs.
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like we could get them all to accept that new religion. Make
They-
me invisible again.
It's possible. It's possible. Let's hear them out. They're obviously going to talk about something.
They start crossing the bridge. Another one pops out. Another one follows.
Are any of them the one that we just saw?
Nope.
Works for me. And as they are crossing this bridge in front of me, I have to keep that in concentration. Actually, I don't know if I would know whether that thing died or not. This thing, the spell doesn't signify
Specify.
whether or not I know the thing is still
Well,
alive.
at this point, I need you guys to roll into initiative.
No problem.
Hey, fellas.
Initiative
These
is...
boys don't look happy as they walk out with farm tools as weapons.
Oh, these poor bastards. 15.
11.
12.
15, 11, and 12.
Now, boys, surely we can talk about this. You don't want to...
You don't understand a fucking word of that.
In deep speech, you do not wish to make me angry.
We're hungry!
Then you can dine in hell.
All right, so... numbers
15.
again? 15?
11.
12?
12, yeah.
This fight might go over a little bit longer, so
No worries.
we could stop midway if need be.
All right, we'll see where this goes.
All right, time to roll for these boys. And okay. All right. Guy who just troglodyte who just appeared behind all three of these boys. He like the last one coming out. He gets to go first.
Well, best of luck to him.
He sees Eloy. He starts mumbling in deep speech. No, I can't help. I this is all I need to eat now. He takes up his pitchfork and throws it at Eloy.
Is that tree down there going to get in his way?
It's a shrub.
Okay, it's a shrub down in the water. Gotcha.
Yeah, sorry I didn't explain
No
that.
worries.
That's fine.
With a 14,
He just misses.
whizzes right over your head.
I am not, hey, sir, thank you. No, it's a bad immortal troglodyte.
Nick, it's now your turn.
I think you should all leave. As my eyes glow or burn into a black flame, and those skeletal wings pop up over my back, pulling my dick Dagon trigger. They need to make a charisma save or be frightened of me.
Very well.
These two in front of me, that is. Anything within 10 feet.
Okay.
Eloy, I guess that also includes you.
Yeah, if you're not able to discriminate friend
I
from
am
foe.
not. It
All
is
right.
anything with. It is all within 10 feet. Make a charisma save or be frightened of Dagon.
Fortunately, this is that is one of the saves bards are proficient in.
Yep.
So what's your spell DC?
Spell save DC 16.
Oh yeah, I don't even need my bonus for that. That was a good roll.
First boy gets a nat 1. Second boy gets a 19.
Well, first boy is terrified, and frightened, I believe, means can't take. I can't remember exactly what frightened.
Frighten. I have it here.
Cool.
Thanks to our generous fans for this wonderful DM screen.
Yep.
Yeah, frightened is like a very specific thing. It doesn't. I don't think it necessarily means it has to flee. Or if it's like just one of those things where it's like it can't take actions or is something I can't fucking remember.
Actually, no, that's not what it is. Sorry.
Ah. Then to the internet, where the answers reside.
Yep.
I used to have it written down on my old sheet.
When we level up, we gotta update these sheets. And then
Yeah.
some information gets lost in the shuffle.
Frightened. 5e.
Conditions. Blind Frighten. Frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is in line of sight. Creature can't willingly move closer to the source of fear.
Well, it is
All right.
trapped next to me.
Uh-huh.
It is just staring the abyss in the eyes,
It's got two buddies who aren't afraid of it behind him.
pushing forward.
All right. That's your action.
My bonus action is to. You know what? I'm not going to curse any of these boys yet. But I do draw Shik.
Okay. You draw your weapon.
Yes.
Very well. It is actually Fear Boy's turn. I'm going to roll something for him.
I'm just staring it in the eyes.
Roll me a charisma check.
Nat 20 on my best stat.
He jumps over the side and falls into the hole where the water's going.
Just so scary.
Good boy.
He's out of combat.
How deep is this water? Can I tell?
It is rushing water. You're unable to see it at
I
this
mean,
point.
you can see the rubies in it, though.
You can see the rubies over where the other water is, but at the end of the water, that's a little hard to tell.
Okay.
Water gets faster past the shrub, basically.
Yep, because it's falling into another hole.
Okay. So it's looking like it might get deeper down there, but
Yeah.
can't tell by how much. Makes sense.
Well, deep enough that this guy kind of just like goes down a drainage pipe,
Gotcha.
or at least it looks like that. Ben, it's your turn.
Let's see. You know what? No reason to get fancy. The boy in the front of the line there.
Yep.
Hey, you dummy, you might as well just jump in there with him. You're not gonna die anyway, but you're not gonna enjoy what we do to you. Vicious mockery. He gets a wisdom save.
He got a 13.
All right, he misses.
That fails pretty hard against you.
Yeah. So he takes 4 psychic damage.
Okay.
And he has disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Very well. Okay. It is now.
And actually, as a bonus action, I'm gonna go ahead and Dagon, just hold the line, man. I believe in you. Giving you a bardic inspiration dice.
That a D8 for you?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Someone who rolled behind the scenes gets to go.
Okay.
Dagon, you are closer to this. You start hearing in deep speech incantations. Someone's flinging magic at a real hot second, but he's taking his sweet ass time. You just hear groaning, grumbling, and incantations, but nothing happens just yet.
We have a spell chucker.
That's his turn. Boy number 2's turn, who's right here in the front.
Well, now he's in the front.
Yep, now he's in the front. Moves up to you.
Hello.
Holds up a hatchet.
Adorable.
Oh my god.
Now he does get disadvantage.
He does
from
get
vicious
disadvantage,
mockery.
yeah. No, he actually rolled higher than that.
Yeah. All right.
Does a 19 hit you?
Yep.
Ouch. With his big meaty claws, kind of like holds up the hatchet. So it's like you don't even get the hatchet so much as you get his claw that rakes down with it.
Gotcha.
So it's like he thinks he's hitting you with one thing, but really he's hitting you with the worst thing. That is going to net you... Ouch. That's going to net you 12 points of slashing damage.
These boys are stronger than they look.
They are giant, hulking troglodytes.
Well, not that giant, otherwise they wouldn't be across this tiny bridge.
Multi-attack.
Oh.
Second claw. Does this also get disadvantage, or is it just the one attack?
Just the first attack. Yeah.
Okay. 14. That's a 18.
That'll hit.
Oh God.
Well,
guy's hit hard.
Hey, I'm not Wake anymore. My armor class is lower.
That's 10.
All right. Cool.
That's his turn. And we are back up the list.
I need to go.
Oh, I apologize. I am so sorry, Grant. Yes, you get to go.
All right. First thing I'm gonna do is this rock by me, the one behind me, big enough for me to hide behind? What'd you
Yes.
say?
You would get full concentrate. You would get full concealment if you get behind it.
Cool. Then I would try to probably move like here, I would say.
Yep.
And with a stealth roll of modified 20.
Modified 20. Yeah, you're fine. I'm actually, hold on. I got to roll for boy 2 and boy 3 here. Nat 20. Boy 2 sees you. No problem. The guy in front of Dagon.
Okay.
He saw you move. The other guy, not so much.
Do I have line of sight on the other guy?
From there, you just make it.
Okay. Because I know the one guy can see me, but if I can shoot the dude who can't.
Yeah, guy who didn't cross the bridge yet, you can see, and he didn't see you.
All right, then I'm going to make a sneak attack with my crossbow on that boy. Of course. Of course. I want to try my new sneak attack, nat 1.
Well, you get advantage when you're doing sneak attacks, aren't you?
Yeah, that's
You're
yeah, I
right.
was about to say, like,
That's
you-
the point. It's not just that it's there. Not that great though. Damn, I got all my good rolls earlier. 14.
14. That will hit him, but it will not do damage as it just bounces off his shoulder.
Okay, so just
Just. What the fuck?
just poking my head over the rock.
Yeah.
Did it work?
Unfortunately, it did not.
All right. Hey, you know what? Does he detect me now, though, I'm guessing? Does he now know where I am because of that shot?
Let me roll because you have concealment. No, he does not.
With my ring of free action, I take another shot.
I'll grant you sneak attack.
Let's try a different D20, see if this works out better. That's much better. That was less good, but hey, with the advantage on the last one, that's a modified 20 to hit that.
That hits.
All right. That means with 4 D6.
What the fuck?
So we've got 3, 5, so 8, 12, 13, 18. So 18 plus the base damage. 7. So 25 from that, and then do I also get dex bonus on damage? I always forget. Is that
You do.
a thing? Okay, so 28 altogether. That arrow came
Yeah.
a whizzing.
Yeah, that's just
or
like-
bolt, rather.
What the fuck was... Half his face is gone.
All right, that's right. These guys are immortal, so killing them.
You just like, you like watch as he's like grabbing his face, like trying to find the other half of his fucking like lip that's not there.
I hope he felt it.
He's still standing. All right, that is your turn. We
Yep.
are back up the list. Boy number 3 who just took that hit. What? Oh, what?
Just making all these
Pointing
sounds.
Points
at
at
Dagon.
Dagon, yeah. He picks up something right next to him, and you watch his arms start flailing, and he throws a chest at you.
Oh, hello again.
That's where it went. So, God damn it. Does a 21 hit?
Yeah. For the record, I have an armor class of 17.
Okay, now I need to... So, he's able to throw the chest at you, but now I need to attack for the chest.
The chest didn't attack him. Fascinating.
You only take the blunt of the hit, so...
Fucking-
Yeah, you're just getting hit in the head with a
Like
chest.
someone threw an object at you.
I am having a very poor time right now.
I believe in you.
15 points of damage as this thing hits you and rakes you on the way down.
We'll talk later.
This thing...
Point at the chest as I'm kind of like wobbling on my feet.
Yeah, the chest tilts over, and then you watch it as it bounces off the floor and behind the stand behind you. I am not putting this boy in combat, so for all intents and purposes, he's behind there, and he hid.
He's just been placed behind something.
Yep. That was boy number 13's turn. Boy number 13, though, is actually going to, as a move action...
Boy 13, you said.
Boy 13. I'm sorry, boy 3. Boy 13. Yeah. Jesus.
I was like, I mean, I know we have at least a few in there, but oh boy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
13.
Boy
28 didn't kill one.
I am sorry. Boy 3
Yeah.
kind of goes back behind the wall.
Troglodyte Apostle Judas Iscariot back there.
All right.
I got their
Nick,
prophet
it's your turn.
upstairs.
Well, this will be fun. As Dagon's eyes glow black, he's bleeding out of many orifice right now. Oh, I'm actually drawing. Shit. I wanted to make a shape.
No.
As a first. 20-foot radius is pretty big, as it turns out. Bonk! Big old ball of black energy absorbs that entire space.
Oh. Oh.
I hope we woke something up doing that.
All right.
That or another power just accidentally solved an event.
Hunger of Hadar is, Yeah, I have no idea what's in there.
And you don't need to. You just need to know what space exists.
Yep.
To put a ball of hell in it.
All right. Well, there's a giant orb of fucking
Black radiant slurpiness sitting there.
entropy, just like a giant wall of it. Now, what once was a wall is now a giant black hole of sludge.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't go with my previous thought of like, I wonder if I could just jump across those rocks and get to the other side and do
Yeah,
something.
anything inside is considered blind, and
I think Zito said there was a wooden wall along this border here, so
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't go with my plan, which is maybe hovering over this river is a safe place to be.
All right. Well, there is now a magical darkness in that entire area.
And Dagon's kind of like wobbly right now. He's
feeling
he's
well.
not looking so hot, but he just opened up this portal to the slurp dimension.
You just watch as this boy disappears into it.
Enjoy my slurpy hell.
7-Eleven?
Yup. That's what I call it.
We told him to turn down the meats.
All right. That's basically Dagon's turn. Anything that starts its turn in there must take 2d6 cold damage.
Okay. It is now Mystery Boy's turn in there. Take the damage.
2d6 frosty damage. That's 9 damage.
9 damage. Very well.
And if he's casting, he does have to make a... well, I
Yeah,
mean,
he's got to roll a concentration spell.
cool. Not a very high one, but...
Yep. He rolled a 13.
10 is the save
Yeah.
for this kind of thing, so...
Yeah, so he passed it.
Yeah, 10 or half the damage, whichever's higher.
Yeah.
You watch as from out of the darkness comes another orb. It's pulsating multicolors. Chromatic orb starts floating out. right in front of you.
Me?
Yep.
Motherfucking.
Touches your face lightly.
It's like a water balloon just slowly coming down.
All right. I need you to roll me a dexterity save, actually.
Dex save.
Good thing we ate that prickly pie.
Yes, very good, actually. That's dexterity save of 16.
16. You pass it. You just
All
like you just watch as like the orb comes at you. Oh, close.
Lean away as it blows up.
Yep. It blows up behind you, unfortunately. So you are gonna take the blast damage of that.
Yep. I mean,
You and
I take
Eloy.
half damage.
Yeah, you and Eloy are gonna take half damage from this, unfortunately, because it is a 30-foot radius. I gotta roll to see what kind of damage it is, though. Roll a d10, or I believe it's a. Yeah, no, it's that die. Sorry.
I resist exactly 1/3 of the damage it can do, so let's see what happens.
You watch as the color like mystifies into a pulsating green as acid is splurted out.
Motherfuck!
Yep, that's not one of the ones I resist either.
I'm getting real tired of acid.
3 plus 1. 13 points of acid damage for both of you.
You call that acid damage? That's more like big dummy damage. As with my cutting words, I can use my reaction to reduce that by a d8. So we take 8 less of that.
Nice.
Well,
Nice.
we were already taking half of it.
And you were taking half of that, so rounded down.
So yeah, that's negated.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it completely nerfed it.
all right.
What are you talking about?
Is that the end of his turn?
Yep.
Well, now he takes 2d... Oh, he makes a dex save first.
Okay, rolling dex save, nat 1.
That one, that's 2d6 acid damage of his own as he is being digested. Oh, fuck. That's 12. That's max on
Wow.
those dice.
Times 2, because it's fucking crit.
Crit fail. Okay, so that's 24 acid damage he just took.
You just watch as the orb comes out.
Sounds rough in there. Sure you don't want to go upstairs and just eat the meat that guy's got?
You actually hear footsteps as, like, you hear, like, someone trying to run. Like, you hear wooden footsteps as they're trying to escape up that way. Up north.
All right.
Let's see.
They do. This is difficult terrain, so they do have to use
Yes.
10 feet of movement for every space they go.
Indeed. We are now up to Ben's turn.
All right, this.
It's magical darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do try to attack into it, it's with disadvantage, certainly.
Even if I use magic missile.
Maybe not, actually. I don't
No,
know
that
about
seeks, doesn't it?
Yeah, that seeks.
I was just making a dumb joke.
Oh, okay.
This stall here, can I tell how sturdy it is? Could it hold my weight?
Not by the roofing, but you could stand on the table.
All right, that probably doesn't help much.
That's also where the mimic is hiding.
Yeah, it's probably not a great idea either. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna back up. Actually, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take cover behind this rock as well, and I'm going to proc Aura of Vitality and heal. Yeah, and heal Dagon for 2d6.
Good. I was
5.
5 health.
hoping we get some health to him.
All right. It is now boy number 2 is gone. It is boy number 4's turn. Boy number 4. You hear the footsteps. I'm gonna roll something.
Is
for him.
he out of my bubble, or is he?
No, he's in the bubble. He's
Okay.
still in the bubble.
2d6 cold. That's 9.
Just for trying to start shit, he gets colder.
Yep.
I mean, anything in here. By the way,
Yeah.
if there are any innocent NPCs back there, I also roll for them.
Yes.
If you, just let me know. You don't have to tell me what I'm hurting, just that I'm hurting something.
Yep. Well, for this point, you don't know where he is.
Well, I do not. He's in the slurp dimension.
You hear the slurp dimension, and I rolled so low for him that you hear splash.
Actually, question. How's my line of sight from where I am? Can I see the...
No, it's magical darkness.
Well, yeah, but can I see to the magical darkness, like the edge of it where Dagon's standing?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure I can see anything should it emerge from the magical darkness there.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see.
A large clawed hand pulls Dagon within.
Tell me this turns off if he loses concentration.
Grant, you're up.
I mean, it does.
Let's see. From where I am, I don't have many means to heal Dagon in that distance. I feel like getting close is just asking for trouble.
How long does this magical darkness last?
It can last up to a minute. Or
So
until I
that's-
lose concentration.
So that's 4 turns or concentration.
10.
10 rounds.
6,
yeah.
10, right,
Yeah,
sorry.
10 of my turns.
All right, so unfortunately, that's all gone for now.
No, yeah, I think that's a good effect.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just gotta shout out, Dagon, how you feeling?
Been better? Happier now that they're all dying?
You know what? You've put your neck out for me more than once. I don't know what the range is on it, but bring over a scroll of healing word and just.
It's actually 30 feet. You could have
30
done
feet,
it.
you
from
could've
back
done it from
there.
Could I
there.
done it? Oh, cool. Well,
Yeah.
never mind then. All right, good. Starts mumbling the scroll of healing word. What's
D4 plus Eloy's int or charisma.
Which
He
would
was the
be-
one that
Yes.
made
Made
the
it.
scroll.
Yeah, so D4 plus 4.
You heal 5 damage.
And healing word's only a bonus action, so you can still do other stuff.
Yeah, you have a full turn ahead of you.
Yeah, and I have my free ring. But the thing is, all of our targets are in devilly
Yeah.
blackness, so my
Yeah.
hands are kind of tied.
Yeah, I mean, you could maybe ready a crossbow
Yeah.
bolt for anything that comes out.
Yeah, I
That's
guess I
about
just
it.
prep a crossbow bolt and just looking at the edge of darkness.
Yep.
Coming into theaters this
All right, so
summer.
you're just running in action. Very well. Next boy's turn. Okay.
Yeah,
Roll
if I see someone emerge in front of Dagon, I will shoot them.
All right. 2d6 cold. He's taking 9 cold damage.
Poor boy.
Frosty boy. It's going to be a winter wonderland in there when we pop
Gonna
in.
roll for him. I keep rolling nat ones, you fucking idiots!
I mean, they're trapped in a magical slurp dimension.
Yep.
What are they going to do?
You just poor trogs that I think were transported from the bottom of the ocean to a tower in the sky.
They're essentially, in my canon, inside of Chick's stomach right now.
Yeah, so...
I'm sorry, are you included in the set of all? Then you're getting gobbled.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you hear another splash. You hear muffled screaming and then a splash.
And he probably fell into cold water, too.
Roll damage again.
Oh, boy. This for acid or cold?
This is for, cold.
Okay. 7 cold damage this time.
That time you hear...
That's a new sound. Behind all that slurping.
Nothing happens.
At some point, we just get dulled to the slurping from hearing it so much.
We are now up to your turn.
There is nothing in this spell that would indicate whether I know something is alive in it. So I'm simply just going to use my action to use healing hands on myself to heal myself from my level.
Okay. Boy number 1 is gone. Ben, you're up.
Let's see. Well, bonus action. Proc Aura Vitality for another 4 points of healing for Dagon.
Appreciate it.
We like to keep our front line healthy, Dagon. Thank you so much.
Beyond that, yeah, I'm also gonna hold action. Anything that comes out of that darkness is gonna find itself fired with crossbow bolts and viciously mocked.
All right.
Hey,
well,
dummy, what was on?
well, I'm just going to say this. We're back up to Nick's turn again.
Interesting.
All right, eventually, like, let's just say this goes on for another,
Oh,
like...
yeah, no, I was about to say, like, unless
It wraps around until, like, it just sort of fades and shrinks and disappears.
Dagon's used to just holding this over places and just letting everything inside die over time.
Yeah. if anything's still alive when the when it wears off, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. However, if we are, so is that
That's end of combat.
Okay.
Yeah!
I have another 8 rounds of Aura of Vitality, so I can pretty much heal you up to full at this point.
That about adds up. Yeah, that would have been going over the minute, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's the same duration, 1 minute.
Well, that's all Chick will give me for today. That's all I got. Are you full? You're never full.
Did those ones have souls?
No, but he'll eat meat.
Okay.
All right, well, that's combat.
Hooray!
All right. I unfortunately cannot delete this square because it's
Well, that's okay. I believe. Yep, we just ran the meter. We're pretty much done.
All right. Well, we'll pick
We'll
this
find
up
out what was in that cloud.
next time at the table. But before we go, as per usual, we got some fan art to show you. It's a relatively light day as everybody's been doing stuff over the holidays, so we got 8 fan arts to show you today rather than the full retinue that we usually have. Let me pull up the rundown here. As we begin with a number 1, which is by Fifth Draws, who's done the story of Wake here and all the characters around him that has formed his journey so far. I love this. It looks great. I love the shading on everything.
I love photorealistic turtle.
Yes.
Photorealistic Sheldon is amazing.
Oh, hello there.
I like to think that it's just that Calliope looms that large in his mind.
Yes.
I need to put more.
Hello. What you doing over there? Those eyes.
Hey, how's it going?
But thank you kindly, Fifth Draws, who says commission soon on Twitter. Ooh.
Gadzooks.
Well, get in line.
I like the kind of. I assume that's the naval outfit I picked up at some point.
Yep.
Like, yep. All right, here we go.
Good looking stuff. Thank you kindly. Next up, by Ramart _, we got Master and Disciple. Ready for action. I dig it. I dig the whole back-to-back thing, especially now that they've been training for, I don't know, a month. I don't know how long we've been gone.
Is there?
No, you've been gone for a week.
We've been gone for a week. We've been training for a whole week.
A whole week.
Yeah, it's it feels like longer because we've fought genies and oh man,
It's been a really busy week for us.
Meanwhile, Wake's just waking up and going, I wonder if they've made it to the place they're going yet.
Drugs!
Out of curiosity, is there any sort of mechanic for like team attacks and stuff? For like, all right, we do this thing and we do this thing, and then that becomes like a double punch. Or something.
I have one planned for Wake and Nedra that I haven't had a chance to work for yet. Basically, it involves her readying her attack action, Wake using his water whip and pulling him past Nedra, who then cracks him in the face with her bat. That's one that that's one that I was really looking forward to trying to do when I was like trying to pitch that tag team thing that I wanted to do in the arena. But
That's essentially like the only way that it works in 5e is if unless you homebrew it. The only plausible way I could see it work within system is if you do hold action and say, when he attacks, I do it.
Yeah, basically it's like, Nedra, get ready. Because like if she's out of range to hit something, it's like, okay, I'm going to pull it into range. Wham!
Yeah.
I
The
think
fastball special.
Yeah, I think there is a mechanic for assisting in an attack, but it's never
weird.
as effective as just making your own attack.
Yeah. Either way,
Because that was kind of my thought.
loving this. Thank you kindly, Ramart. And next up, by Dixie Renee, Dixie Renee 21, we have the original trio and their story so far. Putting on their one show, meeting Onslow, everybody in the crew just having a good time before everything went to shit for a
Great
bit.
googly moogly, it's all gone to shit.
Look, we got Golfer there.
Ezra would definitely be the guy to just put an arm around your shoulder, be like, "Hey, what's up?" Even if he wasn't quite sure if he'd be into it.
Also
You're
super,
comfortable with being in your personal space.
also super dig like the Wake and Nedra training up top.
Yeah.
Eloy and Onslow jamming out while Red's doing her reading. And then you putting on the show
Yeah.
with the rest of the
performance
crew.
a lifetime.
Aw, yeah. Thank you kindly, Dixie Renee 21. Next up. By Ziga Exeron, we got some Thanksgiving Nedra.
The hungry
You want-
punchy princess.
You want some?
Oh, you wanted bird? I'm sorry.
This is my burb. You can go get your own burb.
Yeah, but this bird will satisfy me. I gotta eat the whole thing.
Just eating it in front of Barabbas.
Yeah. What, you wanted some? Crawl! There's Mary May and Polify.
No.
Oh, but you're different.
What? You're not like this one. What do you taste like?
This one didn't talk.
Master Wake says not to eat talking burbs.
So I don't.
Magic Eagles just sits down. Hello, child. It is me. Oh!
That one doesn't like you either. It doesn't have arms.
It's different. Doesn't know what money is.
Oh, fuck. This one was trying to trick me. It don't have a soul. Thank you very much, Ziga. Next up.
Ooh.
Yeah, by Blitzy the Dragon, aka Glaive Chio, we have "Don't speak to me of the god of spring. Don't speak about the god of spring before me, Master Set."
He's always blooming something.
Master Steak. The true god of springtime. Thank you kindly, Blitzy, whose commissions are open. Next up, by August Omen, we have. I believe what I have been calling neon sign Calliope this time.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Looks like she's about to slay some goblins too.
Well, it looks
with
like
that
this is
eye.
also when she was still somewhat under the
spell of the
thrall.
Wendigo. Yeah.
Which is real cool.
Can't fucking believe I skipped out on the possible like plot device that she was actually the Wendigo. I'm like, I don't know if I
agent.
want to keep this or not. I'm gonna see where this goes.
Man, that would have been weird for Wake. I promise to protect you. God damn it! Why do I have to? No, I'm gonna fix this somehow.
I promised to
Maybe.
protect a deer girl, and that is not what you actually
And
are.
now I'm gonna protect the Wendigo with my life. You are now mine. I will protect you forever. I love you too. Thank you kindly, August Omen. Next up, by Bangarangalico, we got Eloy and the Cacti, the Gamayotes.
I want to just frame these pictures.
I love the look on his face.
Oh, man.
That's great.
What are those?
Oh man, look at these.
These just look like good, like abstract paintings. If you had no idea what this story was, just like I don't know. Here's a man with crazy ears looking at these wild looking.
Eloy looks stoned as fuck, like he's on peyote looking at these.
I want to put these back to back against each other with no text and no context
just
whatsoever.
No
so
context. The journey so far.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Bangarang. And next up, we have here, in a darker timeline, off the coast of Right, a young hero, one who had already lost so much, feels the ripple of death through the waves. His friends had perished. The tempest in his heart rages once more. And Wake at that point stops being a monk.
Barbarian Wake.
He just goes full super merman.
Yeah.
Like he embraces, like Wake would forever change if something went wrong and he could have done so. And his choices,
It was his fault that things fell apart.
everything just fell through and nothing is right forever anymore.
And the world refused to change.
There is no more that can be done. And is that the last one? Yeah.
This is number 8.
Yep, that's the last one.
All right.
That is what we got for today. Thank you so much for joining us here, everybody. I ain't got nothing as a sign out plan, but we'll see you.
We'll continue the adventure. You guys are not done yet.
Well,
yeah.
we just
I figured.
we just digested a few trogs. Maybe a couple of them are still alive. I mean, they can't die, so they're either a skeleton pile that is being digested, or they are,
Well, they regrow.
or they flee. I mean,
They fled. Some fled. You don't know what happened to some of the other ones, but maybe they'll regrow. That's kind of their deal.
just throw their bones in the water. It'll
Ezra
work.
was
It'll
a
be fine.
bit more morbid. He would try to just bring I'll just bring this head along and see if it'll just chat with us while we're talking.
Man, that was as a GM in the back of my head. I'm just sitting here going, "Oh my god, I wish you did," because of the fiendish fucking acquisition I have in my head right now.
I'm sure. That's why Ezra's
mean-
never be like. That's why he's making them tell stories of him rather than bringing him with them.
The head would regrow the body, right? Not the other way around.
Yes.
Okay, so you just have to keep shaving off bits of neck.
I
as
was
it
gonna
comes
say
along.
puts him in a jar and just
sick!
as it grows, just the jar just constrains it and crushes it as it grows.
Chia.
More of this horrifying body horror next time at the table. Later, Wonders.
Later.